Smokes TV says hi.
Years old listening to these musicians that they listened to when they were 15, 20 years old and believing it. You know what I mean? And these same rappers are on podcasts now saying like, dang, why did I do that? Why did I feel like I misled a generation. Like I regret that. You know what I mean? Like they're out there saying that and just putting up a false persona to, you know, get some money. You know, you can't blame them. That's how they got out of their neighborhood. That's how they got out. You know, you can't, there's not much ways to get out of there. You know, that was one of them. And they're one in a million. But still, y'all, like, the people that still believe in that and go do crazy things because of that music, it's sad.
Dangerous country in the world right now? Also a good question. There are several. And I've been to all of them. I never got to go to the nice places. I went to 72 countries with the CIA, and almost all of them were just awful. Some of the most dangerous places in the world are Yemen, Somalia, Gaza, Afghanistan, parts of Pakistan.
America?
You have to sleep with one eye open. You just never know how bad things are going to get. And I'll give you an example. I went to Yemen 5 times. And every time I went, it was worse than the previous time. The 5th and final time that I went, we were only allowed to stay at one hotel. The hotel had a 30-foot high wall around it to protect it from bomb blasts. You couldn't stay in any of the other hotels by then. Well, the day after I arrived, a group of South Korean diplomats arrived. And on the drive from the airport to the hotel, they were ambushed and they were all killed, 6 of them. A couple of days later, a group of South Korean intelligence officers arrived to investigate the murder of the 6 diplomats. And they were ambushed, and they were murdered. And so the South Koreans just closed their embassy and went home. That's pretty dangerous.
That'll do it.
Okay, so Brandon Lee dies.
Son of Bruce Lee.
Son of Bruce Lee. He dies making this movie.
Yeah.
He gets, in case people don't know the story, it's actually one of the first scenes in the movie. It's when he's alive, he's supposed to be Eric, and he gets shot. It's actually when the character died, I think he's supposed to get shot and then fall through that window. They were making their own, I don't call them blanks, they weren't blanks, but they were like, they were making their own like blanks to save money of like taking out the bullet and putting the I don't exactly understand the logistics of why this happened, but eventually like, something got lodged in there, they call it like a squib. And so when the actor, the poor actor, he said this haunted him till the day he died. When he shot him, he thought he was shooting a blank, obviously, and it hit Brandon Lee right in the chest. He never regained consciousness.
Yeah.
He never regained consciousness and taken to the hospital, and he died. His blood pressure dropped almost immediately, and then he just died.
I believe that was towards the tail end of filming as well.
Only 3 days left, so it's not shot in continuous order. So even though it was one of the first scenes of the movie, it was shot only 3 days left.
Have you seen the line in Saudi Arabia? We think we know what money is. This is where the money is.
So what this is some mega city that's many miles long that they're building that's all completely integrated.
Nowhere.
One building. No roads, cars, or emissions. It will run on 100% renewable energy, and 95% of the land will be preserved for nature.
They're building it now. Like I saw, there's a whole city, couple of thousand workers living out there in these little air-conditioned cubicles.
That's insane. That's so Star Wars. Drones that are fucking delivering you food. It's higher than the Empire State Building.
They're
it's
building
200
it
miles
now.
wide. This literally is science fiction.
All right, it is May 21st, 2026, and I'm in Southwest Missouri, and look at that.
What is that?
That looks like a tick box, right?
It does.
You are here on a capture mission. You must find, capture, and extract our target.
What is that? Looks like a tick box.
First thing first, I don't know who that lady is, but it kind of does look like it. I mean, any random box in the middle of nowhere is quite suspicious. Don't you agree? This box right here looks suspicious too. If this continues to happen, you know what's gonna happen. Because I don't know why people are not going up to these things and getting rid of them, but I don't blame them because we don't know what's in there. This is what people are saying. That doesn't mean that what we think is in there is in there. Maybe somebody was just delivering packages and a box fell off the truck. Shut up! This is ridiculous. Not just playing around, guys. Entertainment purposes only. You believe that lady? Talk about tick box. Come on, man. This is a box where they catch mice. I don't know, guys. Let me know what you think. Let me know if you've seen any of these random mysterious boxes in the middle of nowhere. Maybe it fell out the sky. Maybe it fell out of a truck. Maybe somebody dropped it because it was too heavy. Let me know what you think. I'm out.
7 things you didn't know about the Aurora movie theater tragedy.
Well-planned attack, not only because of this explosive.
Our number 1, the exit door that he went out of didn't have an alarm. On July 20th, 2012, the Century 16 Theater was doing a midnight showing of The Dark Knight Rises. It was a sold-out show with over 400 people in the 2 theaters. So James Holmes, the guy who shot the place up, he had been planning this for a while and scoping out the theater. So he bought a ticket that night, and it was actually for theater number 8, but he went to number 9 because there was more people in it, and probably because it was closer to the exit that he parked near. So when he first went in, he was wearing normal clothes, but he had parked his white Kia by an exit door of the theater that he had chosen. This is surveillance footage of him entering the theater. So as you can see, he's just wearing normal clothes here. But he left his armor and guns and everything in his car that he parked on the side of the theater. And it's just so creepy that all of these people just have no idea what's about to happen. So he ends up sitting near the front row so he has easy access to the side exit. And about halfway into the movie, survivors said that they saw someone get up and go to the side exit and go outside, but they propped open the door so it wouldn't lock behind them. Now most doors like that are supposed to have an alarm that goes off if anyone opens it, but that one didn't have it, and that probably could have stopped this whole thing from happening. So he walks over to his car and gets his ammo and puts on a gas mask, and he goes in looking like Bane. Survivors said that they remember him coming back in, and all of a sudden there was an explosion and then smoke and a weird smell. And that was a tear gas explosives that he had, and then he started opening fire with his rifle. At first people thought the explosives were part of the film and that this was like some act that they were putting on for the premiere, but then as the bullets started flying they realized quickly what was happening. And number 3, what makes it even creepier is the movie kept playing the whole time, adding to the chaos. He was using a high-powered rifle at point-blank range. Survivors said that the gun shops came to a stop for a few moments and some of the people made a run for it, running right by him. But the reason was because his gun had jammed up, which likely saved a lot of lives. 70 people ended up being injured and 12 people ended up dying. And it gets way crazier, and we're going to pick it up in part 2, and we're going to cover Survivor's story.
This guy right behind me is being stalked by the Men in Black. This after yesterday he went mega viral, tens of millions of views, so much virality to the point where CNN and other news stations had to cover his coverage of these UFOs in Brazil. We'll take a look at that footage in just 1 second. Also, a whole lot of random people like researchers are coming into his yard. This alleged Men in Black, it's all these black cars with blackout tint and everything else. You can't even see inside of it. 24/7, he's being stalked since then.
Eu não posso sair pra fora da minha casa lá na frente, eu não posso nem ver os bichinhos. Não posso fazer nada.
Now let's get to that footage. So right here is some of that footage, and to me it really does seem legit. Also, speaking about the Men in Black, it's crazy. Remember the whole Miami Mall incident that happened? By the way, yeah, he's putting this all over social media. Miami Mall thing happened, right? And then that kid who had it all on footage got a visit from these random people who were demanding him to delete that footage. And here's some more. And you remember Las Vegas? I believe it was like some kind of crash and people had these weird creatures, like these super tall creatures that were walking through their yard. And then like it was on police radios and all this stuff, and the footage was actually dissected afterwards and turned out to be real. But those people got paid a visit as well. And this, of course, is happening with all these giant explosions they're calling meteors. South Carolina, Boston, Ohio, California, they're happening every single day, and every time they're like, oh, it's just a meteor. If this guy goes missing, we know what's up. Because the intelligence agencies will let no one get in their way. 3-letter and 5-letter. Let me know what you think below.
I keep telling y'all, it's a reason they're hiding shit from us in Antarctica, but the truth is about to come out. So some information leaked about Beyond the Wall in Antarctica, and this shit is crazy. So what's being said is, there is basically a civilization living beyond the wall in Antarctica. And there's only a special group of people that knows about this, and it's only a special group of people that can go there. They're also saying that there's a group of people there that look exactly like you and me. No, really, like you and me, like our doppelgangers. And for whatever reason, the people there age different. They also said there's another group of people there, different beings, a different race, along with animals we've never seen before. And not only are the animals different, the water there is different. The ice there is different. They're saying that the ice there has some type of special powers, healing power, different trees, sort of like the tree of life. The water, sort of like the fountain of youth. You know, where you drink the water and you live forever. Now you gotta ask yourself, why have they been hiding this place from us? Why can't we go there? Why is it that every country, every place here can go to war anywhere, but it's a treaty in Antarctica? Tell me that, and then tell me what you think. I'll tell you this much. Whatever the truth is, you can't hide it forever. Pay attention.
And recently, in regarding to UFOs, Trump has had another round of disclosures. Did you have a chance to check that out, and what'd you think?
Oh, yeah. The next disclosure that's going to come, I don't know how people are going to respond to it, but
they said that
whenever
about the
you see
first
the
one.
archdiocese firing priests for saying that certain alien species that we interact with are demons, that lets you know what's in the Vatican archives. And that I know personally that several religious leaders were brought in and debriefed to prepare their congregations.
Yeah, they did do that.
Imminent disclosure. This is why in interviews last year, I told everybody to go get a book called Imminent by former CIA Luis Elizondo, because they use riddles, etymology, and they drip feed everything. Something is coming. I don't know exactly what it is, but it ain't good.
And if you think about it recently, like I'd say in the past couple of years, like there's been a lot of priests coming on podcasts talking about possessions, talking about, you know, Halloween, talking about all these things. Like it seems like it just kind of started happening that, you know, these priests, there's one priest that he made his rounds around all the podcasts, like talking about these things. That could be a coincidence or not.
Dead for 3 days, and you came back fighting like a lion.
Yeah.
A handful of hours later.
Yeah.
What happened?
At 1:11 in the morning, I woke up.
What did that feel like?
It felt like hell. It really did. That's the hell I experienced. Even my negative life review wasn't as bad as this. It was really bad. And right at first, I didn't remember my experience. I just knew I wanted to go home. I knew I was extremely claustrophobic.
You said you felt like a whale in a sardine can.
Yes. Like our energetic bodies are so much bigger than these flesh vessels. That's why we have to come as babies, so we can cry out that change. And then once we get through that, we grow into the physical vessel, allowing the energetic body to grow with us, right? And, you know, our energetic body is huge. And that's probably why home is such a big place, because we are big. And, you know, when people say spiritual giants, that's almost all of us. We are.
So you have this awareness of being in this hospital bed.
I woke up, I tried to go home. I woke up, pulled every tube out of me. I pulled my catheter out, pulled my breathers out, pulled every diode on my head off.
So you had been dead for 3 days, and you came back fighting like a lion.
Yeah, and there was only 2 nurses on the floor, and they weren't covering too many beds, but they had like 2 comas at the time, and that was pretty rare. It was a brand new hospital, and my buddy wasn't one of them. They saved him right away. He spent one night in the hospital and went home the next day because they were able to pump his stomach, and he didn't ever die. And so, you know, I'm going through this experience of I just want to go home.
So you're telling me that most of the customers at the malls in Los Angeles are paid actors?
Yeah.
How do you know that?
Because I am one. It's the best acting job in Hollywood, or at least the one that's the most consistent.
How did you get started in this?
It was during Rick Caruso's campaign to show that he was successful and profitable. He reached out to Central Casting and just hired extras to make the Grove look like it was thriving.
What were your instructions, your acting instructions when you're working at the Grove?
At the beginning of every shift, you come in and you get assigned your loop. When you first start out, you're out in the sun, you're probably hitting your anthropology, past the cinemas, or you get stuck doing the parking garage, which sucks.
Oh, wow. Never thought of that.
I was an escalator guy for the first 6 months. As you work your way up, you get to go into the food court, but seniority is the trolley.
Down to the people that ride on the trolleys. Those are all extras.
You don't need as many because that's obviously the most regular people are getting on that trolley. There's probably 5 extras on that trolley.
What are the conversations you're having? Are you doing improv or what are you saying?
Yeah, mine's non-speaking. You don't want to interact with another customer or anything like that. There's a few speaking directions. One time I was a fountain guy.
What's fountain guy?
Pretend you're the fountain going on. Wow.
If you guys believe that whole nonsense, I will sell you this bridge currently in San Francisco. Right now it's called the Golden Gate, but you're welcome to change the name as soon as you buy it from me. And then I want to sell you a couple of stars in the sky that I personally own. I'll show you the title. I mean, I could probably help you acquire other things too, such as the Eiffel Tower, Grand Canyon, if you like. Come find me so we can talk about things you can purchase and buy.
We were the first ones to see the internet. Yeah. We were the first ones to actually damn, why you put it like that, dog? Because it's true. We saw the internet be born with. I remember when you fucking went to school and all of a sudden there's internet? That was we saw that shit. We saw that shit when it was slow. We saw that shit when it was in a CD and they give it to you for free, the AOL. We saw that shit evolve to where it's at now. So we seen that shit. But we also grew up with without it. So we know how to get away from it, stay away from it, because we know that feeling. These kids, when they lock out, they don't know this life. They don't understand what being without the internet feels like, and it brings anxiety, it brings panic, it brings all these mental disorders, and it's fuck, then what are we doing? They're once they're locked out of this, there's chaos.
That's a great point.
It's true,
guys. Yes, I was born in 1990, y'all. So I feel like I was the first generation to be without it and be with it. Same with cell phones. The first to be without it. There's people that watch these. A lot of older generations watch, the channel over here, and you guys grew up without it, so you just see these young ones just go outside and play. Why are you in here? You don't understand, right? Now I grew up without it and I grew up with it. So I grew up without a computer in the house and I grew up with a computer in the house. So, I can understand how bad it is for these, Gen Zs, Gen X, whatever the generation is, Gen Z's, how difficult of a time they're having, why they're so down. Just look at them when you're walking outside. If they're not on their phone, just look how dark and sad and just how they look. You know what I mean? Just look at them and you'll see it.
Toronto is one of the dirtiest. It doesn't even feel like it's a first world country. Look. You don't see this in Ecuador. Look. Do you see this in Ecuador? Look. This is downtown. This is the flagship. Young and Dundas. This is the flagship of Toronto. And there's literally garbage, crackheads, crazy people.
Yep.
People talking to themselves, fetty heads. Bro, this is a third world country. I feel like I'm in... Bro, coming from Quito is way more civilized. This is a fucking mess. What is going on, guys?
This could be the year without a winter. 2026 is going to have a super El Nino. This has been confirmed by the National Weather System. If you have not been following this situation, it is awesome. I cannot wait. This is expected to start about late fall, all the way through early spring, where the super El Nino is going to affect weather and precipitation. Blah, blah, blah. All right, so what that means is for the south of the United States, they're going to get more rain than normal in the wintertime, and the temperature is going to be warmer. In the northern part of the United States, it's just going to be generally warmer with almost little to no snow is what's happened in past Super El Ninos. Now, the last time we had a Super El Nino was 2015, and that was very, very mild. But all the way in 1877, we had a super El Nino that this one has a 63% chance of matching. 1877 was known as the year without winter, where there was no snow essentially. Okay, it was way warmer than normal. Everybody had what they called a super long fall time, which I love. Fall's my favorite. Spooky season's the best. So essentially fall's going to be hotter than normal, but then instead of tapering down to like cold, like here in Oklahoma, fall is like melt your pumpkins hot, and then like the next week it's like you got to wear like boots and a scarf and shit. Like it gets really cold real fast. So we're going to have an extended cool off period fall time all the way into spring in Oklahoma. I'm super excited about it. Okay, I don't like the extreme heat or the extreme cold. I like it right in that like 60-degree range. That is my sweet spot. That's what I've always liked, and that is what it's shaping up for us to get this year. Now, a lot of people say, what is it, Super El Nino? Is it global warming? No, because if you just heard me, I said it happened in 1877. Okay. Now, what Super El Nino is where the Pacific Ocean actually warms up slightly and it causes the jet stream to shift. Now, the jet stream shifting can bring those warm ocean currents right on over the United States. Where they normally would miss us completely, it's going to bring them right over the United States, and we will have a very, very mild winter this year. This is not some farmer's almanac, wives' tale. Like, this is the National Weather Association looking at the jet stream already shifting. It's not expected to affect us until late fall, but it could start affecting us by the end of this summer.
Okay, so it's not the end of the world, right? It happened before, so we can put that conspiracy to rest. It's going to be okay, y'all. It's going to be okay. It's just going to be a little warmer. It's going to be a little warmer. But anyways, y'all, hope you guys enjoyed today's video. You made it this far. Leave a like, comment, subscribe. If you guys want, playlist is going to pop up over here for you guys. If not, YouTube's going to recommend something over here. I don't know what it is, but check it out. It might be good, might not be. I'll see you guys on the next one. Later.
I got a question for you, Hannah. Tranquility Base. You familiar with the place?
Where they landed.
It's where they landed. They being Neil Armstrong and Buzz Aldrin. When they landed on the moon and they became the first humans to walk on a celestial body that's not the Earth, they did it at what we call Tranquility Base. And a lot of crap is still there, like hundreds of things. Bags of their poop, as well as the more obvious ones, like the flag they planted, the lower half of the lander.
Any bags of beard hair, Michael?
They have not confessed to leaving any beard hair on the moon.
I like the idea there's a pegboard that's just all their offshoots. Bags of poop, though. Footprints as well.
The footprints? Now, when they left the moon, they had to use this big propulsive blast to escape its gravity. And that blast probably knocked the American flag over. And we know it did because one of them, I forget who, one of them witnessed the flag being knocked over by their ascent. In subsequent missions to the moon, they planted the flag much further from the lander.
Sure.
And those are still standing.
Okay.
But the flag is still there. It's just on the ground. It's also been probably bleached white because there's no atmosphere at all. So solar radiation on the moon is so much stronger than here.
I mean, even if it was on Earth and you left it outdoors,
even on Earth,
it would be bleached white by now.
Yeah. So they're like white flags of surrender now that America has on the moon, one of which has fallen over. It's a historical place.
Yeah.
And no one's been back. We barely know its status. We've had some satellite photos of it, but they're from high up above the moon, and the stuff on the moon is so small.
You can't really make it out.
Can't even make it out. How close do you think NASA will allow someone to get to it?
Well, I mean, surely they can't stop other people going.
They can't.
Right. What if like the Chinese are like, well, you know what? I don't want there to be a bleached white American flag on the ground. I'm going to change it for a Chinese flag.
Yep, and I'm gonna dance around on Armstrong's footprints and erase them forever.
That would be so rude.
Okay. Now here's the thing, and this is the rub of today's episode. They can't stop you. No international law can stop you. That is what this episode is about. This episode is brought to you by Cancer Research UK.
Scientists have found that cancer risks usually
What's up YouTube? Welcome back to the channel. I'm Dopaziola. Thank you for being here. Today's video is gonna be a comparison video. Real quick, before I even get into this. In this point of my life, I'm about to take a 1 to 2 week smoke break. Not for my tolerance, not so I can get higher. I did 100 products a week and a half ago, and then I did the Mothership Meltdown with only 8 hours. So I did 50 dabs in 8 hours, which is not like the biggest amount of dabs ever, but I had like an asthma attack. My lungs have been hurting a lot lately. I've been smoking so much. I mean, how many things you see me smoke, guys, over the years? Remember, everything you see me smoke, I smoke a lot off camera. Like probably more, way more off camera. So my lungs, man, like this is what I do for a living. I'm not even old and my lungs are starting to like, it's just, I did so many competition judgings in the past 2 weeks, I can feel it. And I did a stand-up show the other day and I watched it back and you can just hear, you can just hear it. So this video is actually perfect for what I'm about to do. I'm gonna do a 1 to 2 week break, really calm down on how much I'm smoking every day because I smoke all day every day. But also, I need to incorporate dry vapes. I need to incorporate dry herb vapes a lot more into my smoking. Dry herb vapes are actually awesome. They're so much easier on your lungs. I mean, look at a Volcano, look at Utilian, look at the Zeus. There's a bunch of different brands out there that are dry herb vape. So after this video, when this comes out, I'm gonna 1 to 2 week break, clear my lungs out, come back, just not do so much damage to myself, and maybe incorporate some dry herb vape stuff once or twice a day. I don't know, but I need to start getting on top of it, and this video is perfect. If you're like me, or you just like dry herb vapes, today I'm gonna compare 8 different dry herb vapes together. See what's working the best, see who's actually better than the other, see what the comparisons are, what are the price points. Let's get started. Okay, up first, guys, this is the Zeus Arc 4 GT4. Yes, you're not tripping. This is gold plated and also does concentrates and dry herb. Zeus Arc 4 GT4, gold sync technology, 24 karat gold plated chamber. We've actually done this before. Dual compatibility, we just said that dry herb and concentrate. Double screen heat sink for particle filtration. It's also compatible with water pipe adapters that Zeus already offers. This is the Zeus Iceborne. The other ones didn't come with the compatible water thing, but some of them are compatible. But this right here, I just want to show you real fast, snug. And it just keeps going for 3 minutes. Dry herb vape. This is not dry herb. This is attachment to water. So that's why it's not gonna be shown in this, but I just wanna let you know, this is possible. 35-second heat up time, 3500 mAh battery, and a USB-C charge. Scratch resistant aluminum body, which is actually pretty cool. Motion sensor, auto shut off. Buttons on the top, everything is pretty self-explanatory. Let's bust through this. One thing I do appreciate when companies know what's going on. If you buy this, the second you open it, you're gonna use it, right? And sometimes you don't always have Q-tips. So these are Q-tips with actual ISO in it. And then for all dry herb vapes, if they're, you gotta keep them clean. With a bong, you can soak in alcohol. You can't soak this in alcohol. Pipe cleaners, just to keep everything clean. You don't wanna smoke old flour, you know what I'm saying? Like crumbs of old flour from yesterday. I'm gonna load these up. These are gold plated. There's the chamber that this is gonna slide right into after you pack it, and a little tool on the bottom in case you need to flip over the weed. And the thing I do like about dry herb vapes, they will conserve your weed, 100%. It's not combusting. It's not like a flame torching everything. Once you turn this on, it's automatically in herb mode. Also, if you want to check the battery, shake it twice. Full battery, pretty sick. There's 3 lines right here, as you can see. 1, 2, 3, and then 4, 5, 6. It gets hotter, obviously. When you're in orange mode, that's wax. So 1, 2, 3, let's go back to herb. Herb is blue and green. Very simple to use. It's gonna take 35 seconds to heat up. There's no button to press. It's actually getting hot right now. I can feel it. Easy as this, guys. Pop that in there. Done. Dry herb vape GT4 by Zeus, the Zeus Arc. We've done this review before too. So like I said, if you wanna watch it, boom, over the screen, there's a thumbnail. Go watch that video. Yeah, I remember this thing. The hits are super light. That's what I remember. Lightest hit in the world. Can you even see that smoke? I can barely see it from this way. I want to see if this thing, I know it rips, I've done the review, but I want to rip it better. We're gonna turn it up. I know some people like light hits. I'm not one of those people. I just turned the heat up. Gotta try it again. No, it's not, I'm not getting a pull like I want. So, we have 2 bowls packed. Right now we're on the fifth heat mode. There we go. And we have the AC on too, so it's not like letting the smoke linger. I'm getting clouds from this way. That's one thing about having a white background. I need to paint this wall black. There we go. There we go. A little pod. The pod's gonna be hot, so be very careful, okay? Pod's gonna be hot. So just dump it into your ashtray, and then you can dump it out with this key, with the little tool. Here's bowl number 2. Remember, we're gonna smoke 2 bowls of everything. Try it out. Hotter, lower, rate it. It's heavy. It feels like an iPhone. A little heavier than an iPhone. Guys, I haven't smoked flower in 4 days because I'm about to do this lung detox. I went to Seattle to the mothership meltdown I talked about earlier. My lungs have been hurt, so I haven't been smoking too much. I was kind of nervous to do this video, I gotta be honest. Like, am I gonna be okay? Even at the hottest setting, this is not scorching my lungs, dude. The one thing I will say, I wish this had a slight, I liked it before, but now that I'm thinking about it, if this had a slight lip that came out, like remember the old like Gatorade bottle or like sports drinks bottles? They didn't have a full circle, the squeeze ones. They had like a little slit. Remember that? Some of them had like a little tiny slit. Maybe if it came off of it like that much, enough to where you could put your lips there. Like the smallest piece. First category, the look. The look, I'm gonna have to score this like a 9.5 out of 10. There's nothing more you want. It looks badass, and it doesn't look like it smokes weed. It almost looks like a portable charger. Second category, function. Very easy, 1 button system. Just click once to change the battery. It already turns on, so you don't have to activate it. But since it's not, I'm gonna go at 8.9 because it's very easy to use. But at the same time, if you forget to pack a bowl and you turn it on, it automatically starts to heat. So, third category, portability. Can I hide this? Does it look discreet? Discreetness, how about that? Discreetness on third. I'm gonna go a 9.8 on this because what else do you need? You could pack bowls in this without a lighter and just smoke off it. There's not even a tube shooting out, so it looks like weed. And I just complained about the mouthpiece. It looks more discreet, but I wish it was a little lip. Yes, discreetness off the charts. Last category, the last thing to judge, price. I'm gonna give this thing like a 7. If it was under 300, I'd give it like a 7.5. If it was 250, I'd go 8. And if it was $100, it's gonna get a 10. You know what I mean? Like, but you can't. This thing is actually gold plated. It's made well. It's nice as hell. But the price is too much for me to justify. Like that little thing is 90 overall. So you get an 8.8 for me. If it was cheaper, it'd be 9. Zeus Arc GT4, gold plated. Oh wait, hold on. This does concentrates and weed. 8.9, not 8.8, 8.9 because it does both. That's awesome. First product up, made in Germany. On to the next. Okay, up next, you've seen this brand on my channel a few times. Utilian 850 Dry Herb Vape. Independent dual core heating system, I knew that one. Dedicated airflow and temperature sensors, so it's not the same one doing 2 jobs. Gold sync technology, like the Zeus had the gold plated, this has gold sync. All the screens, everything in it is gold plated. I think his gold conducts easier. I'm not sure, I should do more research on that. Separate wax and herb with wax canister included. Color LCD display, which is sick. Massive airflow and adjustable control from 320 up to 500. 5,000 mAh battery. 25-second heat up time, which is 10 seconds faster than the Zeus. And water pipe adapter included. We did one on this very recently. Did a review on this. And honestly, I don't remember the screen being as cool. So I feel like I might have did a different one. I've done so many reviews that they have blended together with, and plus I've worked with Utilian for like 2.5 years. Boom, Utilian 850, dual heating technology, does wax and it does herb, but we're only doing the herb because that's what we're focused on. Hold it, top button, turned on. Look at the LED screen, an actual colored screen. Sick, dude. Right now, it's heating up, right? I set it at 350. It's gonna heat up the second you turn it on. But you wanna know how to do the buttons? Click this 3 times, the top button. 1, 2, 3. And that's gonna take you into, wait, I don't know. You see that little display? It'll change, 1, 2, 3. If you want it to be a smaller one, but if you have bad eyes, 1, 2, 3. Boom, bigger like a speedometer almost for your car. Even while it's heating up, you could turn the temp down and change the temp while it's heating and while it's going. So as you see, 348, 340, all the way down to 340. It goes from 320 to 500. So I'm gonna keep it at 350. I'll go up to 8 minutes. I'm gonna go to 3. I don't wanna do 8 minutes, dude. That sounds awful. Change the wax, change the herb, change the wax. So we're at 350 right now. Let's smoke one bowl at 350 and then let's go 450. You can see it heating up. Now we just have 3 minutes. All we have to do is wait, it'll buzz. And like you guys always tell me, drink water. I'll do this whole videos with no water just because I'm spaced out. Okay, ready guys? It is now started. Mouthpiece, also adjustable mouthpiece. So it doesn't stick out and break it off. And this is black ceramic, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, you know what guys? I promise. I promise to use more dry herb vapes in my daily life. I've talked about it every time I've reviewed a dry herb vape. I go, I don't really use them in my normal life, but I like to show people stuff. I'm gonna adapt. I'm gonna adopt this into my life, guys. I'm getting such light hits on my lungs, man. I know I'm not getting the biggest clouds in the world, but we are in the lowest setting. This thing tastes incredible. I'm gonna say that right now. As of now, it's definitely winning right now. It's got the screen to let me know what's happening. Yeah. All right, 10 seconds left. It's pretty out. All right, moment of truth, guys. Let's smoke another bowl, but this time, let's go up to like 450. It only goes up to 500. I just don't wanna scorch myself. 444, 4 minutes, herb, fat bowl, second bowl, Utilian 850. Let's go. A little hot for me. It's out. So, oh. Shit was browner than me. Definitely rips. All right, category number 1 for the Utilian 850. Look, not nearly as cool as the Zeus. Yeah, it looks cool. This looks more like a phone block that you would plug in for charging. Like this does look like that. It still looks cool. The screen's badass when it turns on. It's like wearing a black shirt, an all black shirt. Like, yeah, it looks good. It's an all black shirt. It's all black. When the screen comes on, it looks good, but it doesn't look as cool as a Zeus. For the look, I'm gonna go 8.8. It looks sturdy, it looks dope, the screen looks nice. But it's not like, what? Look at that custom looking at. Like, it's nothing like, it's for discreetness. We'll get on to the next category. And with function, I'm gonna give this thing a 9.7. It works well, it rips well. It's very, very easy to use. It's self-explanatory. It looks like a video game loading setting. It looks like gaming life, like wax, mode, this, that, this. It looks easy. That first hit was discreetness. Not very discreet compared to the Zeus, honestly. I mean, this, I would look at this and go, what is that? I don't know. It's definitely not something you get high with. Let's give it an 8. It doesn't look like it's gonna get you high, but it's also not that small. It's kind of, you know, it's a little bigger compared to the Zeus. Category number 4, price. Also pretty expensive, but cheaper. This is coming in at $319.99, so basically $320. I think it hit harder, not as discreet and cool looking, but it hit harder as a screen, and I think that's what matters. But in compared to the price, it's still a little expensive, I think. But also not, because dry herb vapes are pretty expensive if you think about it. 7.8. 7.8 on the price. Not great, but it's not terrible. Utilian 850 dry herb vape, and this is wax compatible, so we're gonna go in at 9 flat. Well done. Up next, guys, this is the Nectar Hex. I gotta be honest, I've never seen a dry herb vape that looks like this or feels like this. Are you ready? It's like a taser. This is the extracts container because this does wax and herb. For all you sick, nasty ass people, like, oh, let me hit your vape. Like, well, you just coughed, tell it. Sick. It's a little mouthpiece for it. I like that. So, this right here, the reason I said I never seen one that felt like this. Do you hear that? This is like a nightstick. Big ass battery in the back too. This is the most sturdy thing I've ever seen. All right, Nectar Hex. 24 karat gold plated chamber, just like all of them so far. Rapid hybrid heating, convection and conduction at the same time. 20-second heat up time. That's pretty sick, that's the shortest so far. Adjustable airflow slider, that's what, I mean, it's just a little slider, just like the last one actually. I'm gonna leave it open. Vape seal mouthpiece. Oh, that must be the other thing. Session timer, 3, 6, or 9 minutes. 3, 6, 9. Fast charging, 1 hour to fully charge. Dosing capsules for herb and extracts included. Mag Stick magnetic multi-use tool. I'm pretty sure that's what this is. You mean a poker? Damn, I'm a master of the custodial arts. Or a janitor if you want to be a dick about it. Hey man, you ever seen The Office where Daryl's like, Daryl, on your resume you say you handled 4 billion pieces of inventory? Mag Stick magnetic tool. Fool, this is a poker. They all come like that. I like the way they hyped it up though. This is definitely wax, all right? The open face is wax, the close is weed. I just want to put so much weed in here. It looks like it can really hold a lot. Okay guys, real quick, these are optional. I'm packing it straight in there, okay? I had to look it up to make sure and read the directions, which I should have done, but I didn't think I was gonna need to have to use these. This is just an option. So ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Like we said, turns it on. This is all the controls you need, because the second you turn it on, it automatically starts heating up to whatever temperature you have it set. 431. I'm gonna turn it down. I learned my lesson. Oh, 370. Let's see what that's like. I've only smoked like, what, 4 little bowls? But I don't know, dry herb vape is kind of like hitting a volcano. I mean, it is, and I don't know why, it's just a little different. I feel it at a little higher up. And also, guys, for this, open means a little airier, but more airflow, but also I think a little lighter, like wispier of a hit. Even though I feel like it should be the opposite, because you get more air, you're gonna get more burn. I don't know how science works, but all I know is that's the way this works. Boom, it's heating up. We got a 3-minute sesh mode on. Oh yeah, it's closed. It's just not hot enough. Guys, I'm going up to 400. From 370 to 400, okay? Let's try this airflow shut halfway. There it goes. All right, I'm gonna close it all the way. You're gonna hit it so hard.
We received intel that somebody vital to enemy operations is here. Find them.
I'm gonna go half. To be honest, guys, I don't think I went hot enough. Oh man, maybe I did. No, there's still some weed left. It's still kind of green. Also, this thing reacts, I forgot to say that, this thing will react to you. You hit it soft, you get a soft hit. The harder you hit it, the harder it burns. Oh, that's out. Oh yeah, I burned the rest of that. That's out. Oh yeah, that's out. Okay. You know what? This thing's really accurate in the terms of temp. I feel like this is a true 400 degrees. It's not green, but it's not fully brown. It's like Steph Curry-ish. It's like, oh, that's not white, but that's not brown, that's not black. It's mocha. I'm gonna go up hotter. Because 400 degrees on the last Utilian felt hotter than that. In the terms of comparison, the Utilian 850 is winning big time. In the terms of hits, the highest you can go is 464. I'm gonna go 450. I knew it. I knew it'd hit better. See the wind just take it? Damn it. It's not scorching the weed. That's why it has a 6 and a 9 session timer. It's hitting just as good as the Utilian 850, or like a point under it. The Utilian 850 hit a little fatter, I think. And it wasn't even full temperature. It's the best feeling one so far. This thing tastes so fucking smooth. I haven't got a hot, harsh hit at all. And you're probably wondering, how do you taste it out? Because vaporizer, dried herb baked weed tastes completely different than smoking a bowl. It tastes completely different. So it starts to taste like burnt popcorn to me when I know the weed's out. Woo! That's the Hex from Nectar First category, look. I wish I did feel, because this thing is so damn sturdy. It's kind of shocking. It's sick. For the look, I think this is the coolest looking one, right? It looks heavy duty. It looks like a damn taser. But also it's kind of plain. Let's go 9 flat, because I really like it. And if you can feel this, how sturdy is this? This is like the cubist grinders I used to make for push trees. That's how it feels. Like when you feel that compared to other grinders, like, what is this? This thing's solid. You could fight with this. Function, easy buttons. It heats up by itself. On a higher heat temperature, it tasted a little bit smoother than when I roasted mine on the 850. Function 9.1. This thing is really cool. It worked well. Worked very well. Easy. There's not much more you need. It has the wax canister too, so. Category number 3, discreetness. I mean, it's pretty big. It's as big as a Utilian, but Utilian is wider. Let's go like an 8.5, because it is discreet, but it could be more discreet. But still looks great. Doesn't look like it's gonna get you high. So that's the number 1 thing. So, 4th category, and a very important category besides function, price. Now, when I looked at the price, I was very stoked. This thing is on the top end, 220 bucks. Right now, I looked at this website, it's 180. That's the price point I'm going for. I like that, all right? It's just slimmer. That's all it was. It's just a little slimmer. I'm gonna call this like a 9.5 on the price, because the other ones were almost double. This thing, for how it didn't hit as fast as Utilian 850, we'll say that again, but the price, 9.5. Altogether, I really, really, really like this thing, and I'm gonna go a 9.3. This thing's badass, it worked well. The Hex by Nectar, sick. This thing had the 24 karat gold pathway. It has the wax and herb compatibility. Yeah, super sick, coming in at a 9.3. Boom. Up next, we already had one of these, the very first one. This is the Zeus Arc S2. There's many different types, all right? It looks almost the same, it's just not gold plated. Honestly, this looks more like the PlayStation 2. Looks really good. Arc Pod optimized conduction heating system. There we go, not convection, this is conduction. You can do wheat and wax. 9 temperature presets, 6 herb, 3 wax, just like the other one. Dual screen filtration system at the heatsink. 3500 mAh battery and USB-C fast charge. I don't think the last one had that. 35-second heat up time, same heat up time. Brushed aluminum finish and scratch resistant. Compatible with the Iceborne and the bubbler adapters, just like the other one. Integrated magnetic multi-tool. Well, we all like shiny stuff, so. Charge, ooh. Charger and a poker tool? Oh, it's got no poker built-in cool tool. Okay, I see a little bit of difference. We need a little bit of more weed. Oh, you bet. Easy as this. Boom, done. Zeus Arc S2. No, this one's ripping just like the Zeus Gold. What was it, the Arc GT4? Real quick, let's see how this rips. I'm gonna turn it all the way the hottest. I packed this bitch down a lot. I think I fit twice as much weed as the first bowl, honestly. A little wispy. I think it needs to heat up more. I know a lot of people are like, I'm not wheezy, what weed are you smoking? I just smoke a lot. Logan's never get a chance to be like, hey man, calm down, we're sore. Boom, boom. Zeus Arc S2. Let's rate it. Number one, here we go. Look. The look is very, very, very plain. It doesn't look like much of anything. It definitely doesn't look like it's gonna get you high. So in the terms of look, well, that's discreetness, but in the terms of look, it's kind of boring. Look, I'm gonna give this like a 7.5.
You will find him. I know it.
Doesn't look like much. I'm sure you can agree with me. When we get to the discreetness category, that's gonna come in handy. Number 2, function. It worked exactly like the other one, except it didn't hit as hard.
I promise
That's
I'll
it.
never lose the remote.
So when it comes to function, it's very easy. I would rate this about an 8 flat. It functions well. It doesn't function bad. It just doesn't function. If I hit this one first, I'll probably get this like an 8.2. Like it's ripping, it's smoking. It's not giving me rips, but it does work pretty well. Number 3, discreetness. This is gonna win in the discreetness category so far. I'm gonna give this like a 9.5 in discreetness. You don't know what this is. This is, ready, see the Zeus? Now there's nothing on it. It's just Very plain. Probably wouldn't look twice if you saw this in someone's car. Price. Right now I looked online, it's $170, but the normal price is $200. But $220 for the Nectar Hex. It's the cheapest thing in the video so far. And I'm still gonna do a comparison. If I got this earlier, I'd be like, oh, that's the price we're looking for. That was like a 9.8 on the price. This is gonna be like a 9. Because it's still cheaper, but that thing is so much more sturdy for $20 more that this price doesn't really score as high, if that makes sense. So $200 flat on the Zeus Arc, all together, all around. What's my score? Still hit really well. And the price is great. I'm gonna go 8.1. Okay, it doesn't deserve to be 8 because 8's right by 7.9. It's almost out of the 8s. It deserves to be safely in the 8s. So 8.1 for the Zeus Arc S2. Up next, the big guy, the biggest of guys. All right, we all heard of a volcano. All right, we've all heard of the volcano, the vaporizer. You put the bags on, it fills up. You pass the bag around, it's sick as hell. That brand is made by Storz & Bickel. I went to Germany, met up with the owner of Storz & Bickel, the guy that made it, and he told me the story about it. It's super sick. We got to make like a 15-foot bag for the volcano. We got to smoke it. I smoked this on a rooftop with the owner. Really cool. But almost everybody in the industry knows that this is like the iPhone of vapes. It's been around the longest. Everybody knows like, damn, that's the more expensive one, but it's so damn cool. I did the 2025 version last year, and this was in it, and I think this was the winner overall. We haven't tried everything else. I'm not gonna say that yet, but I will say this, it's badass. New mini hybrid heating system, convection and conduction. That's not crazy because that one also had it. Real-time draw sensing flow meter. So it'll sense how hard you're hitting it. Like if you're hitting it too hard, I think it'll cool down. I believe that's what that means. Adjustable airflow wheel, up to 20 liters per minute. That is some very European terminology. I don't know. 20-second heat up time. That is the shortest. Oh no, that matches the shortest. 20 seconds. Boost and super boost modes. You ever have the puff cone, you can do the boost mode, or the Carta, you can do the boost mode. You can do the Dr. Dabber too. Full temperature spectrum. So it goes from very low to very high. USB-C supercharging only takes 80% in 40 minutes. The other one said 1 hour for full. So do the math. Bluetooth connectivity with web app. This is the only thing so far that has its own app. Automatically, that's another point. Ceramic coated chamber. Everything else has been gold plated. This is the first ceramic coated chamber. So this is the Venti by Storz & Bickel. Let's get into it. Discreetness is not gonna be too good, but wow, does this thing look badass. So there's a bunch of extra screens for the top where the mouth is, and then this poker. I'm gonna take this out now, because that poker comes in such handy. Poker, pat down. I don't know if that's gonna melt if it goes in while it's hot. You know what I mean? Like if you just smoked a bowl, you dumped it, you pat another one down. The other ones are metal. This one is plastic. Give you a little paintbrush. Some Hobby Lobby paintbrush. Coolest brush of the day. I'll keep that out. If you click it twice, it'll boost up to 356. If you click it while you're hitting it, all right? This is just like a booster feature. Boost, click it twice again, 383, 410, then 356. I don't know why that would go back lower. Oh, this is the adjustable airflow. Oh, we'll have to see what hits harder. Sick. The other ones had it on the bottom. This is at the tip of your finger, literally at the tip of your finger versus going, which I like better. That's what you do. And it's threaded, so you can't ever mess it up. And if you smoke this way or you smoke this way, totally up to you if you're left-handed or if you're right-handed. So, here we go. Twist it off. There's your screen right there up top. There it is. That's all this has. There's no sliding pods. There's nothing. This is all built together, built in. And if you look, this chamber is like that big. You can see it through the crevices. Massive. This is the biggest bowl today. By far the biggest bowl today. Embedded chargers recessed in there. That's the first time we've seen that today. The rest of them are right on the bottom. This is way in it. Off to a good start. So what we're gonna do, not smoke it yet. We're gonna hold it. It says for half a second. And then off. How easy. Boom. Right now it's on Celsius because these fools are from Germany. So you press this both at the same time. Now it's Fahrenheit. That's it. 410 is the absolute hottest. It is now heating up right now by itself. It just went off. It's ready to go. The rest of them, if they did spin in, they were just sticking on the top. This has a lip that goes up so it never gets broken off. You see what I'm saying? The other ones were flat on the top. So essentially, it could get snagged on something. This will never get snagged and it won't break off, which is pretty cool. Battery, there's no time. You're just hitting it, I think, until you're done. Let's grind up a little bit more weed. For this first bowl, we're gonna take 2 fat bowls, the fattest bowls of the day, and then we'll rate it. Okay, that's probably a little bit too much, but we'll find out together. This is the Storz and Bickel Venti, ready to go. Let's change the airflow. Oh, it goes all the way off. This is the winner so far, damn. Besides the size of it being very not discreet, this thing is chugging and it's still smooth. As you can see, it's like light brown. I'm not sure if it smoked at all or, oh yes, it did. And it's not even dark. Empty, done. Yeah, these ones crush it, dude. Oh, we didn't do the boost mode. Click it twice. I clicked it right to 410. Click it twice. Ah, damn, I'm gonna go back down. I forgot. Yeah, that's 410. It's definitely a lot hotter. Say that.
If we cannot make this efficient, maybe at least make this enjoyable.
It's the first time, oof, I've had a baby to hit. And then you have a, that's too hot. Let's go, category 1, look. Whoa, off, oh, you guys already know. This shit's sick. Look at it, it's sturdy. It is massive, but it's sturdy. The look of it's really sick. I don't know, it looks like a air purifier. I don't know, or like a mag light. I don't know, I like it a lot. The look, I'm gonna give like a 9.3. It looks sick. Go 9.3 on that. Category 2, function. This thing ripped harder than all of them. Tasted really good. Don't go too hot, but even at not hot, it was still giving me rips. It was smooth, it's very easy to use. No pod system needed. It's the best function of the day. Let's go like a 9.6. Category 3, discreetness. This is where it's gonna fall off because this is not discreet whatsoever. This looks like an actual taser. 6.5 because you don't expect it to be something you get high off of. I know that. It does not look like something you get high off of. This looks like a damn cop's radio. The Venti by Storz and Bickel is coming in hot at a $449. Damn, that's expensive. But also, I don't think you can beat the function. There's an app, the reliability, but it's still coming in at like a 7.2. It's not a great price, but for what it is, that'll be the overall score. But we're talking about just price, not a great price. So let's go about 7.2 because it is expensive. Overall score. I know we just said price was terrible and we said discreetness sucks. I don't care. This thing is awesome. I can hit this in the woods, I can hit this in the parking lot, I can hit it anywhere. This is great. I like this thing. It's massive. So Storz and Bickel Venti at $449, still scoring up at a 9.5. So the Venti by Storz and Bickel, made in Germany, scoring at a 9.5. We haven't seen the other ones yet, but I feel like this might be the winner. So let's put this away and let's head on to the next product. All right, up next, this is the Utilian 621. You've seen this on the channel before. Here we go, another product from Utilian, and here comes the Utilian USB-C cable, chamber brush, air path brush, wax canister. This is also wax compatible, O-rings, and 1 instruction manual. I like how they put instruction manual included. It's always included. Isolated air path for cleaner vapor, dimpled glass mouthpiece for passive cooling, haptic feedback, 2300 mAh battery with USB-C charging, magnetic stirring tool, session timer 3 to 8 minutes. The ceramic mouthpiece, the one thing about this I don't think is as cool as the other ones is the mouthpiece doesn't collapse. You can take it out and that's it. You can't collapse it. Like the other ones flip in, like the Storz and Bickel or even the Utilian 850, it collapses in. It's one downfall of this one compared to the others, but it does have an LED screen. So real quick guys, We've done the review on this before. Let's go through it. We're gonna smoke 2 bowls. Super compact, honestly, compared to the 850. We're just gonna let this go. This is a 3-minute timer and up to 8 minutes. Ready? If you hold the button, 1, 2, 3. That's how you can change the timer. I'm gonna go to 3, but if you wanna get in this mode to change the time, hold this for 3 seconds. 1, 2, 3. All right, let's grind up some more nugs.
You are here on a capture mission. You must find, capture, and extract our target.
380 seems to be a good temp, dude. Let's turn it up. Yes, you can do it mid-rip. Let's go to 400. Burn the bowl up a little bit. Here you go.
What a waste.
Goes to 428. Let's go to 420. Let's go to 460. All right, bowl number 2. Utilian 621. Let's go. At 420. The highest it goes is 428, so we're almost at max effort, max volume. Getting flat fatter clouds, and it doesn't taste terrible. It's flying through this bowl though. Ooh, damn. Yeah, I toasted that shit. That's dark brown. Ready? This right here, this brush is for the small, short one right here. And then if you put this back on, airway cleaner. Okay, let's score this. We smoked 2 bowls. Category number 1, the look. This looks cool. It kind of looks like a few of the others, the small ones with the screen. More like the Zeus, but I like this coming out a little bit because it takes it away because the Zeus is right on it. But this, if you drop it, it has the chance of breaking. You would have to take this out, put it somewhere else. If you like put it in a backpack loose. OLED screen, which really sets it off because it looks like it's nothing, and then you go, bam, there's the screen. I'd give it like a 7.9, 8-ish, 7.95. All right, almost 8, because it's very just plain. Got me a little bit in the throat when I went almost to the very, very maximum. But when it was on 380, it was perfect. Function, I'm gonna give it a 9 on the function. What else could you want? 9 on the function for the Utilian 621. Number 3, discreetness. I'm gonna go like a 9 too. This doesn't look like anything suspicious. This looks kind of like you're smoking an e-cig. This thing packs a good punch. It's kind of like the Zeus. This thing retails for $160. I'm seeing it online for $105. Cheapest of the day. We got a good qualifier right here. We have a good runner-up right now because it definitely did not beat the Venti. But it also, you could buy 4 of these for the price of the Venti. But I'm gonna give it a 9.1 just because the affordability of this. Utilian 621. Super discreet, hit hella well, and the cheapest, most inexpensive product of the day so far. Millatron by Tronium. Boom, are you guys ready? Hybrid convection and conduction heating system, so dual heating. OLED digital display, precise temperature control from 320 up to 464 by 1 degree increments. Wide anodized aluminum oven, 0.22 gram capacity, so almost a 1/4 gram capacity every bowl. They said on the box, 2300 mAh battery, sub 35 second heat up time. That matches the longest time of the day, which is not a lot, but some of these are 35, some are 25, and I think 2 are 20. Ceramic filter in the mouthpiece. Aluminum and vegan leather construction. All right, here we go. Dosing capsule compatible, so you can use little capsules. 3-button interface, power up, power down. Extra screens, charger, nice. The sides are leather, vegan leather. It's got a cool grip to it. It's not just like slick aluminum or slick metal or plastic. Okay, that's pretty cool. Slipped mouthpiece at the top, unlock and lock, so let's try that, boom. 1 big bowl. Perfect. This is kind of like the Hex earlier, but just a little more compact. This leather grip on the side, it's pretty cool. So, 5 clicks to turn it on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There you see it, Millatron. Logo pops up, it automatically heats up. Most of these dry herb vapes don't have an activation button, it just starts. Here's the heat setting. You can go up right there. Let's go to 400 to do the first burn. Press this over. If you want to change the time, hold the button for 3 seconds and boom, it jumps right there to the time. 240 seconds, 300 seconds. So 60 times 3 is 180 seconds, all right? That's 3 minutes, 370. All right, there we go. It is heating up. It is almost at 370. The seconds are already starting. All right, so it's the whole set timer as it heats up also. We're ready to go. I like that this has a temperature, I mean a timer. Lets you know how much time's left. That's good. Because the other ones you're kind of just guessing. Let's turn the heat up. At 370, let's go to 390. I'm not even that hot. It kind of felt hot. Got me in the chest a little bit. I feel like I'm not getting huge clouds, but I'm getting consistent, small, decent clouds. No, didn't burn anything. Cool. I gotta go hotter too on the second goal. That shit was really hot enough. So far, I think this is the one that gives me the hottest hit. Not like, oh, the fattest, like the hottest. It tastes the hottest so far. You only have this much room between you and the heat. If you think about it, I think that's what's going on. It's getting me a lot more than the other ones. The look, category number 1. I'm gonna have to give this one of the higher ones. I would say like a 9.3 on the look. It looks very cool, especially with this like vegan leather stuff on the side. It's a cool grip. I like it a lot. Category number 2, function. Not scoring very high as compared to those. It was hot. I got a hot hit, it felt like. I'm gonna give this a 7.3 on the function. I wish it didn't hit my throat so hot, but it did work, but it's not for massive clouds, it feels like. This is for the fool that's just gonna sit there and sip on it. On the discreetness, let's give it like a 9.2. 9.3. I would never think this is getting me high. Super discreet. It doesn't really throw my eye off like, oh, there's weed symbols on it. No, nothing. Super discreet. Let's go 9.3. Okay, didn't give us big hits, but it's also not hitting your pockets that hard. Right now, this thing is $89, but it's usually $129. No matter what, that's a steal. If you can get away with this with taxes under $99, under $100, great deal. So on the cost, let's give it like a 9.8. You can't really get better than that. If I see something for $50, it gets a 10. And if it works though. Militron by Tronian, guys, right there. Made in Germany. Under $100 we saw it online right now, but usually going for $129. Coming in at an 8.3. It'd be higher if it hit harder, but the price it has to get a good score for that. Okay, the 8th and final product of the video for the best dry herb babes in 2026. This is something I haven't used. The Air Riser Solo 3. And I didn't purposely leave this for the end, but I think this might be the most unique one yet. All glass vapor pathway, boresilicate glass stem. The glass stem, the way you use this is dope. XL glass aroma tube system. 18,650 battery, up to 3 hours of battery life. Full color display with programmable preset temperatures. Sorry, USB-C PD charging and pass-through use. The temperatures you can go by 1 degree increments, just like most of these, and water pipe adapter included. Here it is, the Air Riser Solo 3. Here we go. This color is intergalactic. Comes on a little tray. Oh, okay. This is how you use this device. Big bowl, short bowl. Oh, another glass pipe adapter. So another bong adapter. Oh, it's like a real block. That's the first of the day with an actual block for the charger. This thing must take a lot of power. The Venti, the Storz & Bickel, is massive. It's bulky. This feels heavy. Oh, it's got grips on the side. Brushed aluminum, it looks like. You can get into a car window with this thing. This thing is massive. Damn. One of the few ones that are not gold-plated bowl, okay? So here we go. It's not that it's confusing, it's just different. See those 3 open circles and there's a lock? Read the instruction manual or you can watch this video. You click left, you click up, you click right. Unlocks it. There's a lot of buttons. There's a lot of stuff you could do, but it's self-explanatory. Once you get to it, it's very easy. It's just getting to it. Okay, here we go. You can go up to 30-minute sessions. We're not gonna do that. Let's leave it at 10. And for our session mode, I'm going to, oh, it's 5 minutes. Wow. Now you're into the actual temperature, see? Let's go down. That goes back to session mode or on demand. We're gonna stay session mode. We're set it for 380 for 3 minutes. Hold it to the right and you go to auto off, and that's how you get to the time. So we're in session mode. Let's go 5 minutes, go down to back. Let's let it heat up and burn itself off for now. Wow. That was a lot. Ooh. A little more. I need almost that whole grinder, guys. Oh, definitely the fattest bowl of the day. Look at that. A lot of buttons. Most confusing contraption of the day. I can't lie. Light hit. Very light hit. Even though it's at 400, I thought I'd get some clouds already. Really light hit. Taste great. I'll say that. Tastes awesome. The number one thing it said, sip, don't rip. This is a sipper. Obviously, it's not getting huge clouds. You are supposed to sip on it, but I'm a ripper. This is definitely a session thing. Yeah, here. Oh, it's a 5-minute mode, I forgot. Still looking cool. Just turned it off, that's 5 minutes. Let's see how this is looking. Oh, it's brown. I think it's the darkest color of the day right there. Tastes really, really, really good. You're smoking straight off glass. Definitely the most unique one of the day and the coolest looking one of the day. Probably one of the best tasting of the day. Just not getting clouds. That's the only thing I'm kind of disappointed in so far. 416, let's try that. All right, 5-minute session mode, and this thing can last up to 3 hours with a charge. So definitely you can watch a movie and chill with homies, pass this around easily, blow out the stem, pack it up. Everybody pack their own. This is cool so far. I just wish it got bigger clouds. Tastes great. Best thing I can say about it.
Subject found. You need to bring the captive to safety. Protect them at all
I
costs.
feel like it charred almost. On the look. I mean, look at that. That's sick. Looks cool. Looks like science. Pretty dope. On the look, let's give it like a 9 just for looking futuristic. I think it looks very, very sick. Category 2, function. I get that it hit really well. It tasted really good even when it was hot. I love this. This part of the function is so cool. The fact that that's how you load it up and you can see the weed. So I'm gonna have to give this like a 7.5. Function, take it or leave it. I didn't really get a big hit. Cool for sipping, and the fact they go for 20 minutes and 3 hours of life and has all these gadgets on it is sick. I just wish it hit harder. Discreetness, you lose, bro. 100%. I mean, this looks wild. A glass tube sticking out. Ooh, bye. A glass tube sticking out looks insane. So on discreetness, let's give it like a 6.5. Okay, category number 4, price. This thing right now, I see it online at $220, but it's regularly $299. Zeus hit a little bit harder, I think, but it can't beat that. That's sick as hell. So in comparison with the price and how expensive it is and how big and bulky it is, I'm gonna give it a 7 flat. So overall score, it tastes really good even when it's hot, but I wish it gave me bigger clouds. So I'm gonna have to give this like a 7.8. 7.8 overall score. If it gave me fatter clouds, I'd go up to like an 8.9 or a 9, but it didn't give me fatter clouds. So, and the price was a little higher for something that didn't rip as fat, but it tastes the best. Okay, we didn't do taste. Sorry, we should have done taste too. It's taste the best. But this glass on glass, it just tastes really, really good. A little on the higher side, but one of the cooler things we've seen today and the most unique by far. Final score for the Nectar Hex this one was really dope. Final score on the Utilian 621, for the price, this was awesome. Final score on the Militron Bytronian, for the price, super, super dope. Just wish you got a little bit fatter clouds. Final score for the Venti by Storz & Bickel, and the highest score and the winner today, best vape of 2026, but also the most expensive vape of 2026. Up next is the Zeus Arc 4 S2, the smallest one, probably the most discreet of the day, and this is the final score. Utilian 850, here's the final score. This one definitely did pack a punch, dual use, really good vape. This is the final score for the Air Riser Solo 3. Got a little bit of a wispier hit, but definitely the coolest looking and the most unique vape of the day. And last up, this is the Zook Arc GT4, the fully gold plated, definitely the coolest, most bougiest looking one. Got cool hits, dual use. Okay, thank you guys so much for being here. I appreciate it. I know it's only like a under a 30, 40 minute video for you. This was sick.
There you are. Welcome back, everyone. Today we're going to be diving in all types of mysterious videos, disturbing theories that no one can explain online. Hit that like and subscribe button while we dive through these videos and clips and try to make sense of all this madness.
Have you heard of I want to say over somewhere in Africa they had headless men, like they built like a human, but once
their body was a head.
Their face was on their chest.
I saw that. I don't know how real that is, but then again, we don't know everything because there were 6 different types of hominids on this planet. So that could have been one of them.
Could have been.
Yeah,
that's news to me. You said it.
I've seen it. Yeah.
It's like it's hard to. It's like pretty much.
I'll send it to you.
The face is on. The face is right here. The face is no. Once you get to the shoulders, it's just smooth across.
Just smooth across the top. Yeah. What's that book?
I don't know what book.
When you mention that, it kind of reminds me of Total Recall. Remember we had the face in the stomach.
I do remember that. But that was a little face. I'm talking about, according to them,
it was the face.
They kind of took up the whole torso. The face kind of took up.
Yeah.
Blemmies. That's terrifying. Is that how you say it? Blemmies. I'll be running for the hills if something started coming after me and his face on his chest. You better get away from here. Man, Spartan kick so quick.
I've seen it multiple times.
That's scary. It's not just a random lake in the Netherlands, okay? Let's take a closer view. Oh, wow. They're like little mini strips of islands. How cool is that? How does the plumbing and electricity work? I have so many questions. There is no electricity. Or if they do, it's solar maybe. I don't know, but that's interesting. The mosquitoes might be out of control. Speaking of insects, check out this. I don't even know what this moth is called. This isn't a moth, this is a Pokemon. Look how big it is. Look at the eyes on the back. It's like a little pet. It's probably a defense mechanism, so birds think it's something else. But I don't see what bird would eat this. It's literally the same size as a bird. And this one just looks like a little puppy. Look how furry this moth is. Is it trained? How does it keep coming back? Now, how are they able to do this with this ancient structure? That is insane. What is this pillar there for? Is it just for looks? How do they put a sheet under it? What is the purpose if the sheet can go under it? What is the purpose of this pillar? I want to see them do that to the top of this pillar. That would be even crazier. It almost gives it the illusion like it's levitating. Could this be proof that moonlight is not reflected sunlight?
Okay, here's a video a lot of people wanted me to make. Sounds really crazy. I'm using a FLIR, forward-looking infrared device, and it is an extremely clear night with a extremely bright full moon. There goes a car down the road. You can actually still see the brakes on my tires are a little warm there. So, got a full moon and we've got a shadow. So let's do, in the light of the full moon, 16 degrees Fahrenheit, 16 degrees Fahrenheit, 13, 12, 12, yeah, okay. Here we are in the shadow. You can't see the shadow, but I am absolutely pointing it in the shadow. 22 degrees average, 22, 21, 22. Let's go outside. 18, 19. This is in the moonlight. 20, 19, 19. Also in the moonlight over here.
That is crazy. So basically it's colder in the moonlight is what I'm seeing based off this information. I feel like we could feel that. Like if we go sit under the shade, under a tree, does it feel colder? Or when you go from under the moonlight into the moonlight, is it colder? I feel like that's something we could feel. If you're enjoying this video, be sure to hit that like and subscribe button because we do these videos every single day. And I love to see you around here. So let's get straight back into the action.
I trespassed on cult grounds and someone inside caught me. Down a normal suburban street outside of Portland, Oregon, lurks one of the most enduring legends on the internet, the Temple of Oculus Anubis. When I arrived at the iconic gates, I was reminded of the opening to Castlevania. Or that scene in Willy Wonka where Charlie stands outside the gate and some random guy says, "Nobody ever goes in. Nobody ever comes out." Except in my case, the gates were open. I had a perfect view of the path leading to the towering statue of Sekhmet. I don't advocate trespassing. I had tried for weeks to find a way to reach the owners. So, resigned to being told to leave, having dogs sent after me, or being arrested, I stepped inside. I moved slowly down the path, soaking in the hauntingly beautiful atmosphere. I listened for rustling bushes or the beating of drums, looked for the flicker of torches or glimpses of hooded figures. But the only thing that appeared at the end of the path was a house. Not a gingerbread house or a Gothic mansion, just a house. I knocked at the door and waited. No answer. I turned to leave, but then the owner arrived and caught me on my way out. I shared about my educational experience and the type of content I create. We had a wonderful conversation, and to my surprise, she graciously gave me permission to tell the story I was hoping to tell. Oculus Inc. was the name of a fake eye care company that defrauded people of $3 million to fund the construction of what the internet calls Oculus Anubis. But that isn't the story I want to tell. That story's been told. This is the story about the stories we tell about this place. In the aftermath of fraud, the wife of one of those convicted was left to manage the property and the fallout. That fallout not only included those who were defrauded, but those who have created the lore around this place. There are tales of Egyptian death cults, networks of underground tunnels, secret occult gatherings, and even a fraudulent website called Oculus Anubis, The Rebirth, which is also the subtitle for one of the Howling movies. The owner told me once a man showed up with a sledgehammer threatening to smash the gates, forcing her to call the police. When I visited for the first time, a vandal had even smeared feces on the white statue of Sekhmet. The real story is about one person left to carry the fallout where the very family behind the fraud kept creating new problems, all while internet sensationalists perpetuate myths that threaten the family, including the children that live here. As for the actual business happening behind these gates, the family is trying to rebuild their life by transforming this place from Oculus Anubis to Sonny's Organic Farm, specializing in chickens and eggs. There's an amazing irony in that this is the kind of place kids dare each other to enter, calling each other chicken if they refuse. Yet being a chicken is actually what qualifies you to get in here. Now, we can't deny certain buildings and landscapes evoke the imagination and inspire storytelling, but we need to handle each other's stories with care. In other words, good stories are important, but it's more important to be good neighbors. The reality is there is no cult inside the gates of Oculus Anubis, but there is a cult of chat around this cul-de-sac that has captured attention. This is my small effort to give gossip some glasses to see the truth and to encourage people to turn a blind eye to those trying to make this place a spectacle.
I had no idea this place existed. The trail is absolutely beautiful. Seeing the pine trees, walking down the path, that's right up my alley, but the crazy stories that go along with it, I had no idea. In this clip, they're talking about an unbreakable dome in 1623, reading from a 403-year-old Bible.
Let's check out the meaning of the firmament in this Bible, okay? So this Bible's from 1623, mind you. And in 1623, there was no question what the firmament was. The firmament was a dome in those times. Okay, so it says, And God made the firmament and divided the waters which were under the firmament from the waters which were above the firmament. And it was so. And God called the firmament heaven, and the evening and the morning were the second day. And God said, let the waters under the heaven be gathered together unto one place, and let the dry land appear, and it was so. Okay, so even with these little stars right here next to the word firmament, it doesn't have the footnote for expanse. So this proves their belief. Let's check out one other verse. Okay, the next verse I want to read is in Job 37:18. It says, hast thou with him spread out the sky, which is strong and as molten looking glass? Okay, so this verse right here is why people believe there was a glass-like dome or a metal-like dome, and because molten would be like metal and glass means they believed it was reflective, like a mirror. So it wasn't until more recently that people stopped believing that there was a firmament that was quite literally a dome. All right, let me know if there's anything else you guys want to see. God bless.
Look at this book. Look at the binding on it. Man, this is interesting. And if you look at the words, it's like the F's. It looks like a F, but I guess it's a S. Interesting.
We're going to go down a little rabbit hole here.
Please.
Okay, so I took that drone shot there. That's a shot I took.
That's you?
This is in Colorado, man. This is like the Machu Picchu of Colorado. It shows you how incredible the natives really were. The reason this place is so cool is every 18.6 years, something happens called the lunar standstill. There was a guy named Dr. J. Malville, and when he was doing work up at this place called Chimney Rock, Colorado, he noticed that the tree rings, there was 2 building periods, and the tree rings showed that the building periods were 18.6 years apart from each other. And he speculated that during the next lunar standstill, and I'll tell you what that is in a moment, that a full moon would rise between the pillars at Chimney Rock, Colorado. And he was correct. The only reason it seems that they built this was to observe this phenomenon. A lunar standstill is every 18.6 years. The way that the moon normally rise and fall on the horizon changes a little bit. And they noticed this, and it happens for about 3 years. We're actually at the end part of the lunar standstill that started in 2023. Now, 2026 is the last year that we're going to be in this latest lunar standstill. So you can actually see this phenomenon now. I thought this was interesting. Like, why are they observing this lunar standstill that happens every 18.6 years? And I've always been really into economics and cycles and cyclical theories like the fourth turning. Ray Dalio, his business cycle, it's like 18 years. I started going down the rabbit hole with a guy named W.D. Gantt. This dude in the early 20s, he created a chart, what he calls his financial timetable. And if you extrapolate that out, basically he was creating this chart that predicted boom and bust cycles every 18.6 years. Basically recession, clear the leverage, and then a new cycle starts. It gets over leveraged again, and then it happens over and over again. I just think it's really interesting that the natives were following the same cycle. Maybe it was based off their boom and bust crop cycles, their abundance and famine cycles. Like, this thing keeps reoccurring over and over again. Well, he predicted the Great Depression. If you extrapolate his workout, he predicts the Asian financial crisis. Before that, he predicted the 70s inflation crisis. And then go back to that picture with the moon. What year is this taken?
2007, right before the subprime crisis goes full boom.
Exactly. We're going to go down a little rabbit hole here.
Please.
Okay.
See what all the fuss is about. Sounds like right up my alley. I wonder if it has to be a full moon. Like, how do you view it? Are you able to just go there and see it? How does it work?
Humble beginnings, but this time for the state of Missouri, who in 1821 would join the Union. Right off the bat, Missouri needed a capital like all these states did, right off the bat. And they picked St. Charles, which is about 30 minutes west of St. Louis. Why not pick St. Louis, an already established city? I don't know, but they picked St. Charles. And for 6 years, they scanned the lands of Missouri, and they found the perfect bluff in Jefferson City. which wasn't even a city at the time. Supposedly they just plopped down this capital and then the city grew around it. Let's check out the capital. High hopes in Missouri, I guess. Geez. In 1831 to 1836, this second capital was built, but it burned a year later in 1837. So they built another structure, the third capital, in 1871. But what's weird about that structure is it's highly conductive with its double copper-clad domes. I mean, what are you trying to do here? Get hit?
And it's almost like they're blocking something out in the top. I don't know if it's just a smudge on this old photo or what, but it's like the entire sky is whited out. Like they're trying to hide something up there.
Hit by lightning or something? Oddly enough, on February 5th, 1911, that copper-clad domed structure was struck by lightning and would become a shell of what it once was. The good thing about it, though, is that there was some parts salvaged, so they could build the fourth one, which is one of the biggest capitals in the States. And it is a big son of a... that's St. Louis's City Hall. Hold on one second. Where was I? A massive... That's Kansas City's post office.
And look again, it's like they intentionally cut it off. Like, what is going on here?
They're so confusing. There's a lot of Capitol-looking buildings in Missouri. Let's get to the fourth one. You see what I mean? I mean, how many dome structures does one state need? Where's the tipping point, guys? Where's the no man? The materials guy that's pulling his hair out? Like, guys, this is too many capital. Kansas City, we can't do your post office like this. St. Louis, we can't. City Hall? Like a capital? We already got capitals. They keep burning because Joe Blow wanted to put copper on it. So no lawmakers, governors, the Missouri State Commission said, hold up on the rotunda with the freeze all the way around? Dog, that sounds expensive, and according to my calculation, this one's gonna burn too. Nope, just green flags left and right for any architect that has the most expensive ideas. We're gonna build this fourth capital, and we're gonna go broke now. Another thing that caught my eye is that this first depiction of the first capital sure looks very, very similar to the fourth capital. I mean, but it's just a depiction. It's not like this was just already standing there, right? And listen to this.
I think it was already standing there. Because if you look at this and compare it to the photos, look, it's oddly similar.
This, in the 1920s, when Jefferson City was just picked, the bluff for the capital, there was nothing in Kansas. There was nothing there in the 1930s. It wasn't until the 1940s that there was 500 people, a small settlement. Then 40 years later, this is their city hall. And only 5 years after the copper-cladded capital, the conductive one, right, was built, this was Union Depot with a city of only 30 or 40,000 people. Now, tell me if this sounds familiar. The Convention Center of Kansas City. It was built in 1 year, 1899 to 1900. But in 1900, it burned. So they rebuilt it. Then it burnt again in 1909. And I'm sure you can guess by now, St. Louis is a whole nother ballgame. This is a 2-year build, their Union Station.
This is insane. Look at this place, guys. Again, the white skies doesn't add up, but this building that they took a picture of, man, this is magnificent. It's like a castle / apartment complex. Like something you'll see people, they would turn this into a university, 100%.
And now St. Louis is a whole nother ballgame. This is a 2-year build, their Union Station. St. Louis's post office. What happened to post offices? Why are they what they are today? 14-year build, City Hall, 1890 to 1904. Then it was demolished soon after in 1946. Sad. I showed you St. Louis's courthouse. It was actually done in 1864. Yeah, very early. But this is their newest one with the pyramid at top. It's almost like this area has something to do with Egypt. It's just the weirdest thing. Interesting.
Damn, they do have a pyramid on top. What is going on in St. Louis? They literally have a pyramid on top of this skyscraper. That is interesting, and it looks like there's something on top of it. That better not be a sphinx.
It has something to do with Egypt. It's just the weirdest thing. An interesting little nugget that I found about that 1864 St. Louis courthouse is that it has turtles all around it. and it supposedly represents a turtle that lived in the courthouse fountain. Or maybe that turtle is symbolic for something that the builders knew that we don't think they know.
What a deep dive. One thing's for sure, these buildings aren't adding up. The stories they're telling us and the old photos being white out, something's not adding up. It's that time of the day again. If you thought I wasn't going to hit you with another excellent specimen of the day, think again.
Rob, what's this rock?
Legrandite is one of those holy grail species of rare minerals that are also beautiful. But we really don't see a lot of good matrix specimens. This is a piece from Old Discoveries here that features a uniquely placed, long, elongated crystal just standing there on matrix looking at you. It's dramatic, it's shiny, it's sparkly, and it's this neon yellow that's unique to this mineral species.
This is pretty cool, to say the least. The rating I'm going to give this is 8.5. And I'm gonna call this chocolate stone and yellow licorice. Drop your rating and your name in the comments below for the specimen. That's all we got for today's video. If you enjoyed this one, be sure to hit that like and subscribe button, and also drop the code word in the comments below. That lets me know you're a real one. You made it all the way through the video and you really rock with your boy. The code word for today is in these waters. I just want to say I love you guys, and I'm gonna see you soon.
The Giza Plateau, Egypt, 1925. Rising out of the desert sand is a giant stone statue of a human head. For centuries, most visitors to the area believed this was all that existed. But French engineer Emile Barres is convinced that much more lies beneath the surface than even archaeologists are aware of. He begins an excavation to uncover it, and after 11 years of extensive digging, Barres unearths a massive body resembling a lion and reintroduces the world to the full splendor of the Great Sphinx. It is the largest monolithic sculpture on Earth.
It must have been quite eerie to be there back then, not knowing a lot about the ancient Egyptian history, and having this huge structure staring down at you.
Facing east toward the rising sun, the Great Sphinx is located nearly half a mile from Egypt's 3 largest pyramids. It is carved from a single piece of limestone bedrock and stands over 60 feet tall and 240 feet long.
People have asked themselves for centuries, what was the Sphinx for? Why was it built? There is a story behind it, but what is the story?
The Sphinx is arguably one of the most studied monuments in the world. Yet it remains one of the most mysterious. There are no inscriptions on the Sphinx to indicate who built it or why. But most Egyptologists date it to 2500 BC, the time of the pharaoh Khafre, or Khephren, as he is known by Greek scholars. The dating is based on a mention of Khafre on a tablet found between the paws of the Sphinx. But this tablet, known as the Dream Stela, also tells the story of a pharaoh who came 1,000 years later, King Thutmose IV.
King Thutmose IV comes in the New Kingdom, which we believe is more than 1,000 years after the time the Sphinx was sculpted. He made this stela to tell his story. King Thutmose IV, before becoming a king, was on an expedition here in Giza. And he slept right next to the Sphinx. And back then the Sphinx was covered in sand all the way up to its head. And in his dream, the Sphinx came to him.
The Sphinx spoke to him and said that if he would uncover the Sphinx from the burial in sand, he would then end up as Pharaoh. Now, he was the
Hey, what's going on, you guys? Hey, welcome back to another episode of iTrek. Huge shout out to all the iTrek fan man that has just tapped in. In today's episode, we'll be taking a look at why all the tech CEOs have finally gotten to that point where they're extremely nervous. AI seems to be thriving without any kind of human intervention, and it has everybody trying to figure out what's next. So we'll be taking a look at that, along with a lot of other interesting and creepy clips. But before we get into any of that, do me the biggest favor and hit that like button for me, hit that hype button, and subscribe if you're not already part of the iTrek fam. And make sure to watch until the end, because there's a lot of gems all throughout this episode. So let's go ahead and jump right into it.
Well, a stunning warning from AI company Anthropic. The company warns the technology is moving so quickly that we actually need to pause its development before AI can just build itself and before humans lose complete control over it.
What it would look like is these AI systems making new versions of themselves without any human input. And then at that point, if they are running on their own, on a computer system or on someone's phone, they could maybe do some, mechanisms that we are not ready for them to do yet. And the idea now is that humans are in charge of how these AI systems improve themselves. Humans get to decide what they want to do to make these algorithms and these models more sophisticated. So what Anthropic has described here is a process in which the AI gets better and better to the point where it improves itself. And they think that that is a little scary and something that the whole world should know about. Because if we know about it now, maybe as a society, we can decide to slow AI research down.
They're making our food out of people. Next thing, they'll be breeding us like cattle for food. You gotta tell them. You gotta tell them.
Promise, Tiger, I promise. I'll tell the exchange.
You tell everybody. Listen to me, Hatcher. You gotta tell them. Silent breed is people!
So this is at the end of the film, right? And everyone knows the famous line at the end of the film where he screams, "It's made of people." But that's not even the most shocking part. The absolute error was ignoring the timeline. The movie is literally set in the year 2022. Think about that. Total inflation, dying oceans, a society forced to eat synthetic. It's all run by one massive global corporation. Some say they didn't write a script, they wrote a checklist. How more people not even talking about this? They hide the truth in plain sight and call it science fiction. Let me know your thoughts and comments down below.
Another case of predictive programming striking again. It seems like all the movies made in the 90s seem to be pretty spot on to what's going on right now.
The famous
system. Alright. Nobody's quite told me why this one is here. Like you can see them all back there. But this guy somehow, he didn't make it. Didn't make it to the chosen spot. I mean, the size of this thing is massive. It's not a tiny little rock. It's mechanic things. That is crazy. Forehead, his nose. Wow. Wow.
Guys, this is gonna sound insane, but there is currently a fungus that is spreading from cats to humans that literally eats your skin, and a cat can give it to you just by scratching you. This fungus actually showed up in Brazil back in the 90s, and it lives in a cat's claws, in their saliva, and in any open wounds that they may get. They're saying that you don't even need a scratch from the cat to get it, because they're saying that a sick cat can also sneeze the fungus straight onto you as well. So obviously that's great. Once it gets into your body, it starts as a small bump and then it opens into sores that can travel up your arm or across your face, and in rare cases it can get into your lungs, your joints, and even the brain. And by the way, they're saying that this version has been more aggressive than the normal one. So that's cool. The only way to get rid of the infection if you get it is to be put on antifungal pills for up to 9 months at a time, and doctors are currently saying that that treatment is starting to fail. This fungus has already spread to Argentina, Paraguay, Chile, and Uruguay, and it just turned up into the UK, and the CDC is saying right now that it's only a matter of time before it's in the US too. 2026, leave us alone.
It's quite scary when you realize the reason why certain songs get stuck in your head. This is because music is a form of magic. The word music literally says me, you, sick. It makes you sick. Mentally, physically, emotionally. The reason you can't get certain songs out your head is because of this terrifying reason. It's because your subconscious responds to patterns. The repetitive beats, the repetitive words and choruses help create a pattern that the subconscious responds to. It invokes an emotion with the beat, and the stronger the emotion you feel, the more it deeply impresses your subconscious mind, making you remember the lyrics. Don't you think it's strange how you can't remember what you did yesterday fully, but you can remember a song you listened to years ago? That's because it deeply impresses your subconscious mind and literally becomes an aspect of you. If you're listening to drugs, sex, alcohol, and partying music, them words are going to be impressed into your subconsciousness and become a part of you. You're going to unknowingly start to think, act, and feel to do party, drugs, sex, and all the things that the music is talking about. Music is a powerful spiritual tool, and it can be used to destroy your mind or uplift your mind into higher states of awareness. Now you know the reason why these rappers are paid millions, because in the eyes of the elites, they're using these people as not as artists, but as dark magicians to plant messages into the collective consciousness. Keep them stuck, worshipping money, the material world, and stuck in a low base consciousness and a low frequency. Word of the day is, use music as a spiritual tool to uplift you, and not trap your mind in base material consciousness.
Hey, no lies detected. A lot of people really dismiss how music can change their mood or even their mentality, but he was spot on.
Facts about Earth that do not feel real. We all know Antarctica to be this cold, barren wasteland, but it's actually considered a desert, the largest desert on Earth. Most people don't know that deserts are technically classified by their lack of precipitation, not for their temperature. And in some places in Antarctica, it has not rained for over 2 million years. The driest place in Antarctica is McMurdo Drive Valleys, and scientists estimate that it hasn't had rainfall or snowfall from between 2 million to 6 million years. And this is largely in part due to the dry, fierce winds that come from the polar plateau and wipe out any moisture before it can accumulate. What's particularly interesting about McMurdo Drive Valleys is that its planetary conditions, although on Earth, mimics Mars's planetary conditions so well that NASA has a station nearby where they test prototypes, they test rovers, and they use this place as an analog to search for life on Mars.
First, it looks like a mountain. Then you realize it's a giant. This is the Apennine Colossus in Italy. Built in the 1500s, this enormous stone figure rises over the landscape like part of the earth itself. But the statue wasn't only decoration. Inside were hidden chambers and water systems that made parts of it come alive. Art, architecture, engineering. A mountain turned into a guardian.
When do you think this patent was filed for a silent flying machine? 1959, but I'm sure it went nowhere, except this video showing that it actually worked. It has no wings, no propellers, it literally floats on air using ions. This is the Ionocraft. No moving parts, no fuel, just electricity. And I'm sure no one cared about having a silent aircraft. I mean, what would you do with it? Although MIT did actually build one of those lights. Does it look familiar? I mean, have we seen this before? Is our mind playing tricks?
You can find videos online of how to make your own ionocraft. You can even make the ionic wind blow out a birthday candle, or spin things, which I'm sure has no practical use.
Filed in 1959 by Alexander de Seversky, an aerospace pioneer with military and government ties. Just a coincidence. Been following auto-targeting, servo control, 1959. Totally random, though, definitely not being used, not flying over New Jersey. So there you go, the ionocraft, a real tested invention by a legendary engineer that I'm sure they did nothing with in 66 years. What do you think they did with the tech? Let me know and I'll see you in the comments. Take care.
I mean, obviously they just re-engineered an actual UAP, because why else would you even have one of those?
It looks like a tanning bed, but this is called the Elysium. This is photobiomodulation, pulse electromagnetic field therapy, and we can have over 550 different protocols depending upon what the patient's needs are, and we can customize it to the patient. So it's green, 2 red, 3 infrared lights that blink at different frequencies and affect your health. So we can affect your skin, your brain, your pain, lungs, kidney, bladder, fertility, liver, teeth, mood, circulation. This thing is out of this world. It has become one of the favorite therapies that our patients do in the office is the arc bed. New system, a lot more expensive than the other system was, but we have one. We're going to get another unit too, so we'll have 2 units because they're so busy.
All right, y'all. Allegedly, behind me is Gilgamesh's ring. One of his rings. It's absolutely massive. Just imagine the being that could wear that and it actually fits. They had to have been anywhere from 20 to 30 feet tall. I think it's sterling silver, but you can see the craftsmanship. It's a work of art. I couldn't imagine actually finding that and instantly being absolutely enamored at the being that had to have been wearing it. The Epic of Gilgamesh. They allegedly found him in Iraq. There's a lot more to that story, but yeah, they found a lot in Iraq during the Iraq War. That ring is absolutely huge, just a million years old.
What you're looking at is one of the most elusive and visually spectacular atmospheric phenomenon on Earth, a red sprite, caught above a thunderstorm in Tibet the other day. They come in a few different colours, but for a long time they were considered a myth told by pilots. But they're very real. They're ultra-fast electrical discharges that happen way up on the edge of space. While standard lightning strikes down towards the Earth from the bottom of a storm cloud, sprites do the exact opposite. They flash upwards from the top of a storm system up into the mesosphere, around 90 kilometers above the ground. They're so much larger and more spectacular than lightning happening below the clouds. And from the ground, because of the clouds, you would never know this is happening above you.
Now in preclinical stage with multiple projects, including potential treatments for immune disorders and cancer. Our mission is to reimagine the drug discovery process with the goal of one day solving all disease.
Now just wait a minute. Could you imagine a world where there was no disease? And if you were born with an ailment, they have the ability to cure it? It sounds like they're inching closer to a place something like heaven on earth.
All of these sports leagues are scripted. Here's further proof. You have this dude with the last name Freeman score a goal for USA on Juneteenth. I mean, come on. You could not make this up even if you tried. These script writers are scripting every single time. No matter the league, no matter the sports. All of these sports leagues, NBA, MLB, NFL, soccer, hockey, I mean the list goes on. You name it, pro or college, all of these sports leagues are as fake as the WWE, including, as I stated, soccer, FIFA, the FIFA World Cup. All of this stuff is scripted. And the fact that you had a dude with the last name Freeman score a goal on Juneteenth should show and tell you all that you need to know.
Well, what about all of the alien abductions?
They're not abductions. They're the results of a tremendously successful and very sophisticated mind control operation. Project Artichoke, Project MK Ultra, but they have perfected them. On my website, I have a patent of a machine that can read your brainwaves, can recombine them in a computer and send them back to you and make you think things happened that never happened.
This world is getting way too strange. A man on TikTok recorded what looked like a completely normal pigeon sitting on top of a massive storage tank. At first, nothing seemed off. The bird wasn't injured, it wasn't weak, it wasn't acting sick. It just stood there, staring forward, like it was watching something. Then he zoomed in, and that's when everything changed. On the pigeon's back, there were thin wires, multiple lines, clearly attached. At first, people thought it was parasites or some kind of injury, but that explanation didn't hold up. The pigeon looked healthy, too healthy. No struggle, no pain, just standing there, calmly. Then people went to the comments, and that's where the theory showed up. Those aren't parasites. That's tracking equipment. This is government surveillance. Some even joked, FBI watching the streets one pigeon at a time. Joke or not, this isn't the first time birds have been used for monitoring, and once you see it, you can't unsee it. So the question is, was this just a modified bird? Or was someone watching through it?
I'm in here trying to prepare because I'm about to, barbecue a little something soft. So I got this from a meat house in Chicago I think it's called Blue Ribbon on Lake. And, I think it's Austin and Lake. So, but anyway, look at this fake ass beef short rib. Like, why is the meat flaky like that? Like, I ain't never in my life seen meat in fucking layers. Like, this is layered meat. Like, what the, like, they really trying to kill us, y'all. Like, this shit is real. This is lab-grown beef. This is lab-grown. Like, oh my word, look at that. Can't nobody tell me that this is real. Why the fuck is it layered like that? What? No. Trash it off.
Listen, I get in the kitchen and I do my thing. I chef it up a little bit, but that meat did have a bone on the end of it. So are they just getting really creative with this 3D printed meat, or was she just over exaggerating? Tap in if you're a real chef and you know if that was real or fake.
All I'm saying, they're gonna get a. I'm just. No. Who's there?
Aliens crashed right there, and that's their ship.
Unspoken rule, you should know. If someone shows you a picture on their phone, do not swipe left or right.
The creepiest piece of lore I have is that the man who made the golden doodles regrets making them and wishes he hadn't. And these dogs are everywhere now. I feel like everyone has a golden doodle or just like a doodle. This man said that creating this entire breed of dog was his life's biggest regret. He made them because he knew a blind woman who was allergic to dogs but really desperately needed to have a guide dog, and golden doodles actually have hair. They don't have fur, so she wasn't allergic to the dog's fur. And then everybody wanted a doodle, and he started to be like, oh my gosh, wait, no, not everybody should have a doodle. We should not be mass producing this dog. Which is crazy because I love doodles. Unlike most dogs, they have very, very human-like eyes. Like, people always talk about how doodles are like a man in a fur suit. The man who gave us these dogs, it was his life's biggest regret. Which I still don't fully understand why. Like, I think they're such lovely dogs. But, like, apparently he wishes he never did it. And I think that's so creepy. If you like my content, hit the plus for more and follow my socials for long-form content.
Now, that is one breed of dog that definitely gives me the creeps.
Phil Schneider claimed he survived a firefight with aliens deep beneath Dulce, New Mexico. On the surface, Dulce is a small town near the Colorado border. But in UFO lore, it became something much darker. A secret underground base, a place of military projects, alien technology, and experiments hidden far below the desert. According to Schneider, he was a geologist and explosives expert working on underground construction in the late 1970s. Then, he claimed, his team broke into a massive underground cavern. Inside, he said they encountered non-human beings, and a firefight erupted. Schneider claimed dozens died. Years later, he began speaking publicly about secret bases, alien treaties, and government cover-ups. Supporters call him a whistleblower. Skeptics say the story has never been proven, but Dulce became one of the darkest legends in UFO history. Was this just an underground conspiracy? Or did the lonely alien escape from the base?
Fun fact of the day. Former US President Barack Obama is afraid of snowmen.
So I'm thinking this was Supreme. Then I realized her knees was bent back and her hand was made funny. And I'm like, oh, hell no. This is a body. They started changing her clothes and like she was at a picnic. Like I didn't.
If you're ever lost, and I hope you're not, if you see a tree and you see this green stuff that's moss, and you notice that on this side there is none, but on this side there is, moss grows on north side. So center the moss and right down the middle, that way straight, that way, is gonna be north. And then if you go to this side over here, and you see how there's nothing on this side, see it's like bare, this is going to be south, so then that way would be south. This is the moss and you put it right in between, you see, and it's facing north. And then if you go to this side, where there's no moss, and now it's pointing south. So, fun fact, if you didn't know, the moss tells you which way is north or south. So, moss north, no moss south. Look, you can see it only grows on that side and not on this side. So, moss that way is north, no moss this way is south. So, that way home. That is a super fun fact.
Secret societies. They often come up in conspiracies or in the plot of a movie. But thanks to some work of some hacktivists, we've got a first look into how one really operates. It's called Dialogue, and it's a private, invitation-only group co-founded in 2006 by billionaire Peter Thiel. Within the trove of information accessed were the names of hundreds of participants, including sitting Trump officials, Elon Musk, and the president of OpenAI. These influential figures gather at annual retreats, including sessions labelled Bring Back Nuclear, Navigating World War III, and Build a Party, run by a former White House national security official. The hacker, Maya Arsen-Krimu, had previously exposed the US government's no-fly list and breached surveillance company Verkada. Dialogue's digital footprint is hard to spot, although a report by Axios last year showed it's lining up a major expansion with plans to build a campus in the suburbs of Washington, D.C. as a permanent hub for off-the-record meetings. None of the individuals named in the leak have responded for comment, showing their commitment to the secret in secret society.
Hey, this just brings more proof that there isn't just one secret society. Everybody's focused on the Illuminati, but there's tons of them, and they all usually more or less have the same agenda.
I think more importantly, they need to understand what's called trans-dimensional physics. It's very arcane. It's the physics of very powerful high voltage electromagnetic fields and other technologies causing objects to teleport and move out of linear 3D space-time matter through other dimensions, but then reappear. So basically they pop out of this dimension, traverse other dimensions, and then pop back into 3D at another point in space. Now, this has been well understood, by the way, since at least the late 1950s in covert scientific research programs dealing with UFOs.
If people knew the truth about aliens, everything might collapse. No one would be able to sleep at night.
Early mermaids, or merfolks,
appear in Mesopotamian lore as fish-tailed beings, but sirens evolved over time through Roman influence and medieval art into the fish-tailed, alluring hybrids we recognize today. Historical accounts portray them as sneaky, deadly temptress, tied to danger and the unknown sea, not innocent beauties.
Let me tell you what the richest men in the world are doing with their money right now. Bill Gates, the single largest private farmland owner in the United States, owns 270,000 acres across 18 states, often purchased quietly through the shell companies. At the exact same time, he has poured tens of millions of dollars into Beyond Meat, Impossible Foods, and Memphis Meats. The company is designed to replace the beef that used to be raised on land just like his. And in 2021, in a recorded interview with MIT Technology Review, he said this out loud. All rich countries should move to 100% synthetic beef. You can get used to the taste difference. Eventually, that green premium is modest enough that you can sort of change the people or use regulation to totally shift demand. Regulation. Not your choice. And Gates isn't alone. Jeff Bezos has committed $100 million through his Bezos Earth Fund to establish a global network of research centers dedicated to replacing conventional meat with plant-based, fermented, and lab-grown alternatives. Bezos and Gates have also jointly backed Nature's Find, a Chicago company making meatless patties from fungus, and BlackRock and Vanguard. The two largest asset managers on the planet are the second and third largest shareholders of Beyond Meat and have been increasing their stakes even as the company loses money. So the most powerful men and institutions on the planet are all moving in the same direction, away from real beef, towards something made in a lab. And now here's what's happening on the ground while all that money moves. The U.S. cattle herd has collapsed to its lowest point since 1951. The cost of running a single cattle operation has gone up over $200 per cow in just 5 years. Generational ranching families are being squeezed off their own land. And while that's all happening, inside the food supply itself, things are even darker than most people realize. A farmer in the UK was on camera revealing that processors are injecting potato starch directly into your beef to make it look better, to weigh more, and to sell for more money. And they're not legally required to even tell you. And a vice president at one of the biggest food companies in America was secretly recorded saying this about the meat his own company sells.
We have shit for f***ing poor people. Who buys our shit? So healthy. Now that I know what the f*** in it, bioengineered meat. I don't want to eat a piece of chicken that came from a 3D printer. You?
He was fired days later. And even if you're staying healthy and avoiding fast food meat, the steak you order at a fancy restaurant can legally be made with glue. And they don't even have to tell you. There are drugs in your pork that are banned in over 150 countries. The list goes on, and every single one of these things is completely legal in the United States. Is it a coincidence that the people funding the replacement of beef are the same people whose asset management firms profit when real ranching fails? I'll let you decide.
No, the rapture's not in the Bible.
Oh, it's not?
No.
No, I didn't know
No, it's not
that.
in the Bible.
Okay.
A church invented that. No, they said some people may be aware something is happening, other ones won't. But at first when you go, you'll keep your body. But then eventually you will turn into beings of light because you won't need to eat, you won't need anything. But at first it'll just be like something's different. Something is not the same. It's better than it was. It may be a gradual thing like that. And some people who are more aware will know something has happened. Other ones may not know anything. But it's all going to be an individual experience, I think.
But those left behind then, will they know we're gone? Will they miss us?
I
mean, us, if...
That's what, like they said, you just won't be in their life anymore.
Ah, okay.
But they'll still continue with their negativity.
Okay.
And that's what I asked them. I said, won't they know the difference? And they said, don't you have people in your life now that are dropping out of your life? And you said, I wonder whatever happened to so-and-so.
Ah.
And I said, yeah, but you could still contact them. And they said, but you won't. It's something like that.
We've been using mostly artificial intelligence to screen billions of molecules in silico. And we're now at the stage where we're in the lab using AI and visual visualization, machine learning, to tell us whether cells from old humans, 92-year-olds, their skin cells can be reversed back to a 20-year-old. And we know OSK works, the gene therapy works, and we're looking for molecules that do that. And I can say we already have a proof of concept, which is a cocktail of molecules that some of which we published on already a couple of years ago. And those we hope to put into a clinical trial into humans within the next couple of months as part of our X Prize competition.
Do you all remember this? The Miami Mall incident back from New Year's Day 2024, when people at that Bayside Mall in Miami reported an extraterrestrial? Yeah, people at that mall in Miami reported seeing a tall, like 7-foot tall, extraterrestrial in the mall. Over 50, yes, 50 squad cars reported to that incident. And we never found out what really happened. There's been some leaked videos online, but nothing confirmed. So I started to think about something. Just recently, a world-renowned psychic from Brazil predicted an alien invasion, an extraterrestrial alien invasion at the World Cup on June 24th in Miami. Yeah, Miami. The same place as that Bayside Mall incident almost 2 years ago. So, is there a possible connection between that Bayside Mall incident, like I said, once again, in January of 2024, and the Brazilian psychic's prediction of an extraterrestrial alien invasion at the World Cup in Miami on June 24th? I don't know. It just seems odd to me. Because, like I said, that Bayside Mall incident was never explained. We never got a full story of what happened there. And for the psychic to say her vision was of it happening in Miami, could this somehow be connected? I don't know. I guess we have to wait till June 24th to find out. Okay, till next time. Shabadoo Booshkies. Shabadoo.
At last, the CIA has admitted that telekinesis was part of a secret program.
Press your fingers to your forehead and try to lift the pen.
Watch until the end, because the ending will shock you. But as always, to confuse everyone, they started making up all this stuff about activating the third eye. Let's get straight to the point. We can't keep this a secret anymore, and you need to know this. If you don't subscribe right now, you'll lose me forever. And as always, I really need your like. So, according to experts, the CIA has started releasing materials about integrating telekinesis techniques into secret programs. But what does the third eye have to do with it? Just a way to confuse you? The third eye is activated when receiving information, not for projecting influence onto objects. Telekinesis uses a special technique, creating a double of yourself and transferring control onto an object through visualization. And every person's assembly chakra is unique. It can supposedly be identified using a chakra key. As for the third eye, it's more like a lie detector. You can pick up people's thoughts and the vibrations of events, allowing you to sense whether something will turn out positive or negative. Leave a plus in the comments, and I'll send you a full guide on how to work with the third eye. Your teacher, Ernst Vieter.
Einstein was put in by the Rockefellers to get somebody to debunk the ether. You have the Rockefellers and the Rothschilds who own the entire education system throughout the entire world. You know, someone says, I study at a school in this country. It's the same thing that you learn in the other countries. You can see it now today in all the countries where the schooling system is working. During the 1889, there was, I believe it was the Morley experiment, which was debunking the ether. That was the first step. And then secondly, they brought in Einstein, who Einstein was a USPS worker, which is funny. He was a post office worker. And I'm not insulting post office workers, but the fact that this guy became the super genius of all of this, and they said all these things and what they do is they put these people in, and then these people become very popular. And so he was funded so that he could go against the ether. When you get rid of the ether after the 1920s, you call it now quantum. That's what people know this as. They're like quantum theory and this and blah, blah, blah. But once you remove the ether, you also remove pretty much the spirit aspect of everything. And this is what Steiner talked about, that there's the fifth element, the spirit aspect of everything.
I cannot believe I'm saying this, but we may be closer than ever to finding it. One of the biggest mysteries out there, especially in our lifetimes, is the mystery of flight MH370, where in 2014, 239 people mysteriously vanished on the Malaysian Airlines flight, and nobody knows what happened to it. Countless theories, documentaries, all kinds of things out there, and no one knows the answer. But now, a tiny sea creature may have just given scientists the biggest clue yet in solving the entire thing. So, of course, we found slight bits of debris from the aircraft, but we don't know where it crashed, why it crashed, and what happened. But scientists are now turning to something that nobody expected: barnacles. What? And this is why it's so crazy, so stick with me. When barnacles grow, they actually build layers inside of their shells, and those layers each individually actually record the temperature of the ocean around them at the time that they were formed. Meaning every barnacle that is attached to flight debris that's been found from this plane, which has been quite a bit, is actually carrying a hidden record of where that debris travelled from in the Indian Ocean. So scientists are saying they've been analysing barnacles found from the debris, which has been recovered from various beaches around the Indian Ocean, and by reading temperatures preserved inside the shells, as I say, it allows researchers to actually work backwards through time. And the goal is basically to reconstruct the debris' journey and trace it back to the aircraft's final resting place. Now, researchers are saying this could significantly narrow down the search area and potentially point investigators to where the actual plane is in the Indian Ocean very soon.
A lot of people don't think about this, but dolphins actually have a dark side. In the wild, groups of teenage dolphins will literally get together, form a gang, kill younger dolphins, or even porpoises, just for the hell of it. They don't even eat them afterwards. Groups of male dolphins will get together and gang assault a female dolphin and kidnap her for weeks at a time. It ain't all peaches and cream under the sea, baby. It kind of makes sense though. I mean, when you look at dolphins, they're really intelligent, almost as intelligent as we are. So it makes sense that they at least have some capacity for violence. I mean, not compared to us, we low-key be wilding out with wars and everything else. Now, dolphins generally get all this positive press, but the way he describes it, it definitely don't want to run into a pack of them in the ocean.
Someone sent me this video of Mariah Carey, and it's like, is it Mariah Carey or is it a double? Because she can't do anything. She can't do anything by herself. She can't do anything for herself. I would be so annoyed if I had this many people around me touching me, fixing me, telling me like she's become a zombie. She's become just a doll. She can't actually do anything for herself. This is actually creepy. But then if we see her here, this looks like a different Mariah Carey. So what's going on here? And then on top of that, she's also with Kris Jenner, who I do not trust. And Mariah looks like she's like not really all there. I mean, just listen to her talk.
Thank you, Mariah. Hi, Mariah. Thank you, Mariah. Sign 2 autographs for me, please.
I don't know, you guys. I do feel like those were two different Mariahs. Like this Mariah and the Mariah that was with Kris Jenner. And then the way that she was speaking is like every single person in Hollywood is either just really, really, really drugged up all the time, or they're not the same person that they once were and they've been replaced. And then this is why they have a whole freaking team around them, because the team needs to keep the duplicate in line. You know, that's why they handle them and they do everything for them, because apparently they can't do anything for themselves.
Did you know that there are trees on Earth that actually walk from one place to another? These trees are called Socratia exorrhiza. These special types of palm trees walk about 2 to 3 centimeters per day from their original place and about 20 meters per year. These palm trees walk because in the dense forests, they don't get enough sunlight. They are calculated to be around 15 to 20 meters tall and 16 centimeters in diameter. Now, in order to get a sufficient amount of sunlight, their roots grow in the direction of sunlight, and then their old roots lift into the air and then die. Unlike other usual trees, palm trees have their roots mostly outside of the soil. That gives these trees a broom-like shape and structure. Have you ever known about these walking trees?
So I am very confident that the challenging time with gasoline will pass by. Core inflation, which is real underlying inflation, surprised on the downside, it was only 0.2%.
Shit's getting weird. Part infinity.
Hey, I just got word that my album is no longer coming out. Love You Madly, Hate You Badly is officially canceled,
and I'm parting ways with Atlantic Records. Behind the scenes has been nothing short of a nightmare.
I literally saw this video like 3 days ago, and I was like, oh, music industry at it again. This is the musician that sings that song, "Life Goes On and On and On and On." I'm sure you've heard it, okay, amongst other songs, but that's like one noticeable one. And then I found out today that he died in a helicopter crash. I'm not saying this is a conspiracy or anything like that. I'm just saying that's where my mind goes. Not everything is a conspiracy, okay? I'm well aware that not everything is a conspiracy. It's just when things happen like this in the way that they happen, sometimes it fuels the conspiratorial mindset, the conspiratorial shenanigans. That's all I'm saying. Because the thing about these industries and stuff, like, there's so much money involved that if somebody wanted to do something, they could do it, and you could probably get away with it because nobody would know. It's hard to trace it back, and it sounds so far-fetched. So all I'm saying is I can't prove it, nor can I disprove it. But the timing is definitely weird. I gotta go.
I've been seeing a lot of talk about this whole Oliver Tree situation. I never really sat and listened to his whole album or many of his songs, but it definitely ties into the conspiracy that these celebrities are getting swapped out. So let's go ahead and take a look and see what kind of dots we can connect.
If I was to guess, that little one looks like an entry for paper. The one on the right, that small one, that's probably for a scholarship. Get a close-up of that. What I'd give to get a chance to go up in there. Are you fucking shitting? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I can count 5 different entry points to this alien base. This is the reason why I've stayed in Antarctica so long. Look at this thing. I'm giving an interview about alien bases and one shows up right behind me. This is a daily thing here. This is something that has kept me in Antarctica because I want to know more. And without the proper military support, I can't go deeper into this because this is NATO territory. It's been closed off. But a guy can wonder and a guy can watch from a distance and document. We've got multiple cameras here so that we can try to get this footage and upload this to the internet where everyone can witness this for free. We don't have to hide this anymore. I'm so sick of the government hiding what's really going on here in Antarctica.
So he definitely was active in pursuing information that wasn't readily available. I mean, he put his money where his mouth was and ended up in Antarctica looking for alien UFO bases.
In the song Hurt, Oliver opens the track with some very revealing lines that explains how he became a superstar. In the intro of the song, he sings, "My day will come, I gave too much. I sold my soul, I'm waiting for my pay in full. I only want your dying love, I've seen enough." Openly, Oliver states he sold his soul and is now waiting for his payment in full. He states he only wants your dying love, which basically means he wants fame and admiration. Openly, he is admitting in his first successful song that he made a deal to have the world and to be admired. He knew his success was coming because he gave his soul for it. He states this when he admits that he knows he's given too much. He knows he paid the ultimate price for his fame. In the music video for the song Hurt, we see Oliver mocking the crucifixion of Christ, as there is a scene where he can be seen crucified on a giant scooter. It is not a coincidence that in the same song he is heard talking about selling his soul, he can be seen crucified, clearly mocking Christ.
Oliver Tree Nickel was born on June 29, 1993 in Santa Cruz, California. He began piano lessons at age 3 and was writing his own music as a teenager. He briefly attended San Francisco State University before graduating from the California Institute of the Arts with a degree in music technology. Fusing alternative rock, indie pop, and hip-hop, he launched his career under the moniker Tree, earning early praise from Radiohead frontman Tom York for a viral cover of Karma Police. After signing with Atlantic Records in 2017, he catapulted to global mainstream fame by mastering the art of internet culture, crafting a zany, bowl-cut-wearing persona named Turbo, and securing massive, multi-platinum viral hits with 2021's Life Goes On and 2022's Miss You. In April 2026, he released the album Love You Madly, Hate You Badly, and embarked on a world tour. His tour took him to Sao Paulo, Brazil, before staying in Rio de Janeiro to shoot comedic content, record in the studio, and soak in the local culture alongside social media personalities. Oliver Tree died on June 14, 2026, in Rio de Janeiro, Brazil, at the age of 32. He was never married and had no children. Oliver was a passenger when his helicopter suffered a mid-air collision with another helicopter, causing the wreckage to plummet into an electric vehicle parking lot and ignite a massive fire. The cause of death was fatal injuries sustained in a helicopter crash. He was one of 6 victims, which also claimed the life of prominent Argentine YouTuber Gaspar Gaspi Prim. Oliver Tree remains an unforgettable visionary of the digital age, a fearless provocateur and brilliant musician who used satire, style, and sound to prove that being completely unusual is the most beautiful thing you can be.
Have you seen this picture? One of the biggest tech founders in the world is sitting with his baby using black and white flashcards. There are no flashy screens, no gadgets or complicated toys. They are just having simple tummy time with black and white flashcards and eye-level interaction. And those cards are actually pretty useful in the early months. Babies can't see colors very clearly yet, so simple black and white patterns are much easier for them.
Proof that Hollywood is evil.
That Led Zeppelin sold their souls to Satan. Come on, guys, you know you did. There's no other way to explain your ungodly talents. I just want to say thank you, because while you're in hell, the human race will cherish your heavenly jams till the end of time.
Of course, as we hear so often when celebrities say this type of stuff, we hear everybody laugh and play it off as a big joke. They also found this clip from a Jack Black interview on Jay Leno.
Have we sold our soul to the devil? I don't want to explain this thing here. These two guys
Must just be another giant coincidence that in 2024, Jack Black actually portrayed the devil in a movie titled Dear Santa, as you see behind me. Everything we're finding out about the entertainment industry, all this stuff really makes you think. Comment below with your thoughts. Am I on to something, or am I really tripping this time? Wake up.
Things are known to reduce the size of the hippocampus and calcify the pineal gland, dumbing you down, reducing your IQ, reducing your drive, motivation, inspiration, basically making you an easy slave.
Well, you guys, hey, that's another one in the books, man. I appreciate you guys for always stopping by, watching, and learning with me. If you haven't already, do me the biggest favor and hit that like button for me, hit that hype button, and subscribe if you are not already part of the iTrack fam. And I will definitely catch you on the next ones. And if you're ready for another rabbit hole, you should see it right here somewhere. And before I forget, happy Father's Day to all the fathers out there.
Show. I'm Jon Stewart, so this must be a Monday. The lady's giving me shit about only working Monday. There's a question. Well, you work one day a week. What's that like? Well, we do have a great show for you tonight. My guests tonight, journalists Maggie Haberman and Jonathan Swan, who, you're gonna love it. Great journalist. Jonathan Swan, of course, years ago started out as Jonathan Duckling and then blossomed. Tried to do the dumbest joke I could do. Worked. Their new book is obviously about the imperial presidency of one Donald Jehoshaphat Trump. The Trump administration, of course, once again finds itself at the center of the big news today. The Trump administration continues to try and find a solution to an intractable, problematic waterway in a dangerous part of the world.
Mounting problems at the reflecting pool on the National Mall.
You are looking right now at what is rapidly turning into a $16 million headache for the White House.
Damn you, Mom Donnie! What hath socialism wrought to our beloved symbol of national ankle-deep wading?
pieces of that new coating began peeling off.
Phosphate levels far higher than what is recommended.
A significant algae bloom has turned the water into a sea of green.
Happy hunting. Or avoid fissures in the area.
That is really green. I didn't realize, like, that shit's neon. Did they replace the water with Mountain Dew? What is... I mean, didn't they just have a pool company come in and fix it? How did it get so green?
One of those companies, Green Water Services.
That we will need to extract. We need our subject brought back alive.
How did it get so green? I get it, of course. It's not about the name. I'm sure Green Water Services,
stay focused.
A very reputable company that fairly won the reflecting pool contract because of their expertise and track record.
The administration paid a company to do the work in a no-bid contract.
The company's owned by a trust run by Republican donor John Cafaro.
That's the pool guy? That guy? That's the pool guy. Does Trump do business with anyone normal? Even the pool guy looks like an extra from Guys and Dolls. It's like Donnie Brasco got stung by a bee. I'm sorry, to be fair, that's probably an old picture from like the 80s when Gomez Adams was the rage. Do we have a recent picture of this guy that we can... Are you kidding me? This is entrapment. Who is this guy?
He's a Mar-a-Lago neighbor and has given more than $300,000 to the political committees tied to the president. Back in 2001, Cafaro pled guilty to conspiracy to bribe then Congressman James Traficant Jr.
Pool guy. The pool guy bribed a congressman and now he gets the pool That tracks. What'll I do? Let's just say I'm in the chlorine management business. Well, if you're like me, when you first heard that the reflecting pool had algae, you probably thought to yourself, well, I hope the president of the United States is personally involved with overseeing this.
President Trump says he personally inspected the site.
Oh, good. That's good. I'm glad. I believe he posted a picture of that excursion. Oh, there you go. By the way, I'm just curious. Wait a minute. Why am I always there? Why is he always healing me? That's not actually me. You know what I don't like about that picture? Can I tell you the truth about this? This is an AI-generated image, right? And the picture of that person does happen to look a lot like me. But what that means is I am AI's idea of a person that is old and needs to be healed. But hold on, if Donald Trump is personally overseeing the pH balance of Abe Lincoln's kiddie pool, who is handling the high-stakes, incredibly fragile Iranian truce negotiations?
Do you have a matching relic?
Hey, guys.
No!
Look out for reactants.
We should have sent Cigar Face! Cigar Face would have taken care of this.
Target
Unless you
located.
want your whole
Bring them
country to have clean water. All right,
Target is
look.
in the vicinity. Find them. Success. The captive is safe.
I will give J.D. Vance a chance. These are the kind of negotiations that will require steely-eyed focus on the American side, and I'll bet J.D. Vance has just the right touch of gravitas and tact.
I have joked that I have two very, very important people in my life, an Indian and a Pakistani. The Indian is my wife, and the Pakistani is Field Marshal Munir.
My wife's Indian, this dude's Pakistani, huh? Boom! You know what I always say, people? 2 browns don't make a white. Right? Hey! Boom! This guy gets it. Look at me, I'm pointing out their ethnicity. Isn't it? A rabbi, my wife, and Field Marshal Munir walk into a bar. It's a risky move on Trump's part, given that the first time he sent J.D. Vance overseas, J.D. Vance killed Pope Francis. So, it happened. 88 years, Pope Francis lived in leper colonies, has went through so much in his life, survived, spent 10 minutes with J.D. Vance, and went, check please, I'm out. Unfortunately, the negotiation meeting seemed to get off to an even worse start.
Social media claims that Vice President J.D. Vance was snubbed by Qatari officials during those weekend talks in Switzerland. There's a viral video going around that showed Vance standing alone as leaders around him exchanged hugs and greetings.
Well, that is awkward. J.D. Vance really answers the question, what if a middle school dance were a person? My mom's coming soon, I'm going to get at it. But things just went from bad to wallflower, with Vance getting more and more exasperated as the mean girls just couldn't see that he has a lot to offer too. And why would they possibly be so mad? Wait a second. You know what? I actually think this might not have been a diplomatic snub. This might have been the result of a health code violation. Can we take a quick look at the footage again? There's J.D. Vance. Oh, he went for the pig! He went for the pig! Oh, no, he went for the chair! Oh, no! He went for the pick and wipe! That's why! The pick and wipe!
Capture and extract our target.
Classic diplomatic faux pas! The pick and wipe! It's second only to the men's room pee and peek, which, as many of you know, started the Franco-Prussian War.
Target located. Bring them in.
But you know what? It doesn't really matter. It doesn't matter who we sent, because there's not a lot of wiggle room in these negotiations. President Trump has been very clear about what's expected.
The president said there will be no deal with Iran except unconditional surrender.
Ta-ta! So basically, J.D. Vance is just there to pick up the white flag, get it signed, hand out a couple of orange slices, call it a game. And for all you nitpiecers out there wondering, well, what does surrender even mean? Very simple. They laid it out quite clearly.
We want to see no nuclear bomb, no nuclear weapon, not even close to it. I say no enrichment. They want it for civilian, for civil. I think it's uncivil. We also want the enriched uranium. Destroying Iran's missile capabilities and their capacity to produce brand new ones. No money will exchange hands in any way, shape, or form.
Boom! So we already know what the deal is. So why don't we go through the deal point by point? Probably isn't going to take much time at all. Pretty simple. Number one, they have to give us all their valuable nuclear material.
It's actually not valuable. Not a lot of value, but we'd like to get it psychologically, but nobody's touching it.
Oh, okay, yeah. So we're not actually going to get it, but at least they can't touch it. I mean, they can look at it. Looking's not cheating, you know what I mean? As long as Iran doesn't use it for enrichment, for military or civilian use, that's where we actually are drawing the line. Right, Mr. Trump?
Well, it is a little hard, though, when you say that somebody wants it, other people have it, other adjoining states have it, and you're not letting them have it for purposes of electricity and things like that. It's always a little tough. You have to use a little common sense.
You're the no nuclear guy. You're the one who said it. Now suddenly, well, I mean, enrich a little bit. I mean, we all enrich nuclear material at some point. You know what I'm saying? The point is, we don't have to be such hard asses about the nuclear. Because really, the main reason we went there was the ballistic missile program. That's why we're there, and we are definitely not budging on that.
The conventional ballistic missiles, which we'll be talking about, and support them. I mean, they have to have some because other people have some. You got to have some. Sir, you shouldn't let them have any missile. I said, well, what am I going to do? Am I going to let Saudi Arabia have missiles, but they can't have them? Yes, sir. It doesn't work that way, you know? It doesn't work that way.
Open a relic, but are you confident you can withstand their fury? You found a fissure.
We know that. We know it doesn't work that. Why are you acting like we're the assholes? Like we were the assholes who were like, no missiles, no nuclear. And you're like, you gotta be reasonable. We're just backing you up. And now you're telling us, use your edge, people. I mean, they gotta have missiles. You never know when some impulsive asshole's gonna start bombing them out of nowhere. They don't have missiles, they're gonna have whatever. What are we doing? What kind of... Fine. Let them have f***ing missiles. At least no money's changing hands.
As for money, the U.S. pledges to help create a $300 billion reconstruction fund for Iran.
Allowing Iran immediately to start selling its oil that could earn Iran $60 to $70 billion per year. Also in this agreement, the unfreezing of Iranian assets, which could be upwards of $100 billion.
So the hardline extremist regime of Iran gets a nuclear stockpile, missiles, and money. Iran is a circumcision away from being Israel. Now, wait. I don't actually know if Iran is circumcised, so that may not be. But you get my point. Sure, someone will leave that in the comments section. I don't know if their penises have the hijab. I don't know. Maybe they just have where you just see the penis's eyes. There's no graphic for that joke, by the way. Look, if this is what we're giving the Iranians, I don't understand why the Iranians are snubbing J.D. Vance. They should be kissing his booger-laden ring. I mean, what does America get for all these concessions?
Yesterday was a very, very good day. We made a lot of good progress.
Oh, yeah. Go get him, Joan Didion Vance. What kind of project? Go get him, old Jamountain Dew Vance. I knew you'd come through. What did we get?
The Iranians have agreed to invite IAEA inspectors back into their country. That is a major milestone for the American people.
Oh, yeah, that's a big milestone. We haven't had nuclear inspectors in Iran since, when you started bombing them last year. The Iran inspectors went in there after the JCPOA that Obama negotiated, and they only left when we attacked Iran. So just out of curiosity, why did we tear up the Obama deal with Iran again?
That horrible Iran nuclear deal.
You are here on a capture mission. You must find, capture, and extract our target. There are void fissures in the area. Use these to crack open a relic. The capture target has vital information that we will need to extract. We need our subject brought back alive. You're near a fissure. Corrupted foes are dropping reactants. Use it to crack open a relic. Keep fighting. Look for more reactants. Ash. Stay focused. There's a heavy unit approaching. Target located. Bring them in. Walkers incoming. Excellent work. You'll interrogate the captive back at base. Your part is done here, Tenno.
The more things change.
That's it. You opened the relic. Finish your mission and we'll take a look inside.
You will come to wish you had not done that.
Mission complete. Excellent work, Tenno. We received intel that somebody vital to enemy operations is here. Find them and capture them. Void fissures. You need them to open a relic, but are you confident you can withstand their fury? cannot let our target know we're here. Track them down quickly. A fissure. Defend yourself and use reactant to open relics. Defeat the corrupted and use their reactant to open a relic. Stay focused. There's a heavy unit approaching. You're still in the clear. No detection from enemy sensors. You found a target. Capture them quickly before they escape. The reactant is working on your relic. Find more. Excellent work. We'll interrogate the captive back at base. Your part is done here, Tenno.
My teeth, but you...
That's it. You opened the relic. Finish your mission and we'll take a look inside. Great work. I am pleased with your performance.
Nora's got the goods for one lucky dreamer. Who's it gonna be? Till then.
There's so much gold in here. Let's pretend we're royalty.
Princess Aoi, Your Highness.